shades on. Hustle real hard, no days off. Hold me down unless we all get caught up. Young boy, like Braveheart. You know what it is, you know what it ain't. Get it how you live, take it to the bank. Night time, don't get jumped. Bike ride with the clip top. Had them all ops, caught me slipping the store clerk. Got the cops involved. My pops came through in a clutch before I saw the autopsy. Imaging ran the streets slow, but not this long. Get out the way, got to make this money. Sky blue drip, and it's real sunny. DEA ain't getting up from it. Jury found no guilt, y'all still judging.
Welcome into AH Countdown. I'm Patrick Bingham. The Enterprise Wildcats arrive at Samford Stadium with a 7-2 record and just coming off a win against Jeff Davis, 60-40. Auburn enters the matchup 7-1 after a rout last week at Smith Station. So Auburn's currently the 2 seed in the region. Enterprise is the 3. So there's so much on the line in this matchup. And if you look historically, it's been very close. Enterprise leads the Tigers all time 13-20. And just to add a little bit on, Enterprise is Auburn's only loss before the state championship game last year. In the last game of the regular season, a rainy game at Enterprise. So Auburn will look to get revenge in their homecoming game this year. So let's go ahead and get started. Caden and Max with me on AHS Countdown as we count you down to kickoff here at Samford Stadium. So let's go ahead and get started. There's such big playoff implications in this game tonight. How crucial is this when if you look at the bracket as a whole?
So currently Auburn is the 2 seed. Enterprise is at the 3, and then if I'm not mistaken, Prattville's at the 4. So if we lose to Enterprise tonight, that will put us in a little bit of a loop when it comes to playoff implications because we beat Prattville and we have the tiebreaker over them. But Prattville beat Enterprise and Enterprise beat us. It's just all a lot to deal with. And so we really need to win this game to keep and clinch our spot as the number 2 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would say, Caden, you explained that perfectly. There's not much for me to say other than Auburn will lose a lot if they lose this game. So this is a very crucial game for Auburn to win. And then if Enterprise wins, also that puts them in a very high position in the region while it drops Auburn down to a very low position. So this is a crucial game for both teams, very crucial for Auburn.
Like you said, Auburn loses. We get in this weird someone beat this person, they beat that person, and it makes this whole big loop of everybody beating everyone. If we win, we just take care of business. We'll be the 2 seed. And this is the last game of the region. As you go ahead and look ahead in our schedule, Auburn plays Enterprise tonight in the homecoming game and Pink Out the Duck if you see the fans in the stadium wearing pink. Then Auburn will have a non-conference matchup against IMG Academy. That game will be broadcasted on AHS Mass Media as well. But this is the last big game when it comes to playoffs. Like, this is Auburn's last chance to help or hurt any seeding that it could potentially have. So let's go ahead and look at last week for Auburn. Auburn beat Enterprise, beat Smith Station on the road. Auburn coming off that loss against Central, had a bye week, had another extra week to think about it, kind of get things right. They go on the road, and they beat Smith Station soundly. What were y'all guys' biggest thoughts on that win?
Okay, so basically Auburn came out and did what they were expected to do. Smith Station was not a tough opponent. They got out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter. They threw the ball well. They ran the ball well with over 220 rushing yards and 290 passing yards. So just got it done through the air and on the ground on the offensive side. So, yeah, Auburn came in and just did what they needed to do and got ready for this Enterprise game, which is going to be a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah, and with that Smith Station game, that was a game, obviously, we were expected to win. Smith's not much of a challenge when it comes to Auburn's schedule, especially going into this game, which this game, of course, playoff implications, and Enterprise is no team to sleep on. But also, against the Smith Station game, one big thing I'd like to point out is that they started very fast. They got 21 touchdowns in the first quarter, or 21 points in the first quarter. That would be crazy. They got 21 touchdowns in the first quarter. But 21 points in the first quarter and never punted the entire game. So what I'm trying to say is Auburn needs to bring that same energy tonight if they're going to win this game.
We might need 21 touchdowns next week. We'll see. But if you look, I mean, Auburn was able, like you said, get off on that big lead. They played in the second half a lot of their backups, getting just more rest after that bye week for the starters. Enterprise got in a shootout with Jeff Davis, but was able to win 60-40. So what do you guys think as we kind of transition? What do we think about Enterprise last week, but then as a whole this season?
Enterprise started off this season with some sturdy defense, and they have some great offense as well, as they're averaging over 44 points scored per game this season. But the last 2 weeks they played against very subpar opponents in Smith Station and Jeff Davis, and they put up 35 and 40 points respectively. And that is a problem. If you're going to let up that many points to teams that are not good and then come in here and try and play Auburn, who they've been putting up points ever since the Bob Jones game, or the Dothan game actually. And if you think you can come in and just beat them while they put up 40 points, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah, one thing about Enterprise that I've seen throughout this season is that at the beginning of the season, of course, they started out, like you said, sturdy, especially as a whole, I think. They were winning games pretty easily. Some were a little bit like choppy towards the end, but mostly they were playing well as a team. But last few weeks, like you said, against Jeff Davis and Smith Station, allowing 40 points and 28 points against two very subpar teams. Then you look at it the other side against Central, they almost beat them. They didn't almost beat them, but they were closer than Auburn was in a 36-27 matchup. So Enterprise, it could go either way in this game. I mean, it just depends on which one shows up. Does the Central version show up, or does the Smith Station and Jeff Davis version show up? So yeah, they're gonna be a wild card tonight against Auburn.
Yeah, the Wildcats being a wild card, it's kind of been a thing all season. We'll see who we get tonight. It's a big game. So let's look at Auburn for a second. What does Auburn have to do to beat the Wildcats and clinch that number 2 seed in Region 2 tonight?
Auburn's defense needs to come out to play because Enterprise is averaging over 40 points scored this season per game. And so I think that Enterprise was only held less than 20 points per game, or 20 points in a game this season once, and that was by Prattville, who we know has a sturdy defense. But I think Auburn can do better than that. I think Auburn can hold them, and that's what they're going to have to do to win this game.
Yeah, like you said, it's not going to be any trouble for Auburn to score against this Enterprise team, as they have allowed a lot of points in their last few games. And Auburn, in defensive-wise, they really need to come out and play sturdy because this offense, like you said, 40 points, over 40 points in every single game this year, or averaging at least. And so we cannot allow over 40 points is what I'm trying to say. And also, we need to get the ball to one player who I'm going to be doing a player profile on, Davion Williams, who completely ran over Smith Station. And they need to get the ball to him, and he needs to run wild.
You're definitely right, and a key for him running wild, and my key to the game, is the play of the offensive line and defensive line for Auburn. When they played Central, it was kind of the first time that the opponent's talent was more than Auburn's, and Auburn has a we have both tackles are going to Auburn. You have a guy on the defensive line going to Auburn. So that we have great talent, but Central had arguably better and more. And a key to the Central loss was that Auburn's offense and defensive line, which we thought was the strength of the team, really struggled. And so then it put a lot of pressure on Clyde Pittman when we couldn't run the ball. Same key tonight. If Auburn can run the ball, that makes Clyde Pittman's job so much easier from a quarterback's perspective. He doesn't have to throw it and run around nearly as much. And we're going to see if Auburn can be able to turn it around against probably their second best quality of opponent in terms of the region. IMG's a whole nother story against Enterprise. So we'll be back in just a little bit here on AHS Countdown. It's the homecoming game. And so coming up, we're going to show you all of the girls from the homecoming court. We interviewed them. And then, of course, at halftime of this game, the second 10 minutes of halftime, we'll have the presentation, the whole homecoming presentation. They'll all walk down the 50-yard line. And then Auburn High School's Miss Homecoming for the 2021-2022 school year will be named. So we're going to go ahead and show you the interviews of all of the girls on Auburn High School's 2021 homecoming court.
It means so much to me, and I'm so grateful to be able to represent my class.
It means a lot because usually I'm trying out for band-related things and softball things, so this really made me step out of my comfort zone.
It's an honor to be part of the homecoming court because it means my peers think highly of me, which is an honor. I love to meet new people, so I hope to branch out and meet new people.
I'm so grateful and appreciative to be part of the homecoming court and to be surrounded by such great people.
It's an honor to be nominated by my fellow peers to represent the Auburn High School Tigers, and it means a lot.
Being on homecoming court is such an honor to be chosen by my peers to represent the junior class.
It's an honor to have been nominated by my peers to represent them, and I'm excited to be a role model and have the opportunity this year.
Being part of the homecoming court is such an honor, and I'm so thankful for my peers that chose me to be on it.
Being voted on by my peers and classmates to be on homecoming court means so much to me, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity and experience.
Being part of the homecoming court is such an honorable opportunity, and all the girls on the court are all very involved in various organizations at the high school, and I think being on the court is very representative of that.
It means to represent my fellow peers and be able to show our school spirit on homecoming week.
To be a part of homecoming court is a great honor, and I am so thankful for everyone who has nominated me.
Well, it's really an honor to represent the senior class, and I'm really excited to represent the people and the place that have made me into the person that I am today. I hope to gain better leadership skills and to get to know the people around me better.
More confidence, being more dedicated to things.
Again, to branch out and meet new friends and to represent Auburn High School.
I hope to gain overall leadership and to become more aware of the people around me.
I hope to become a bigger part of the Auburn High School community and gain school spirit because we are the best. Go Tigers!
I hope to gain leadership skills and be able to impact our school positively.
I hope to just remember to be a role model and that you can always have the opportunity to be a positive impact for those around you.
I hope to gain positive leadership and make a few new friends during this experience.
I hope to gain new relationships with all the other girls on the court and to gain just memories that I can cherish and share with all my friends and family.
I hope to gain recognition for the Auburn High School band program.
I hope to gain more relationships with the girls on the court and to be able just to celebrate homecoming in Auburn itself.
I hope to gain an understanding on what I love, and I love Auburn High School, and I think it'd be such a good honor.
I'm really excited to have fun with the girls and make my teachers and classmates proud. I feel so blessed to go to such an amazing school with great teachers and great students and so many opportunities available to us.
It means representing Auburn, like when you're going, like, say for example, because I'm in marching band, I leave Auburn. So I leave Auburn for band related things, and people listen to what they hear. So I really have to show them like I'm an Auburn student and this is really how we act.
It means to be kind, to go out of your comfort zone and just speak to new people and just be kind to everyone you meet.
I'm grateful to be part of a community that is so caring and supportive of their students and faculty.
Being a member of Auburn High School is a big privilege. We are obviously a very big school, and I love being a part of something bigger, and there are so many diverse and different people that you get to learn about.
I'm so thankful to be a part of Auburn High School because we have amazing teachers and students and a great school system.
Being a member of Auburn High School is an amazing opportunity to be in a community that's supportive, positive, and is able to build strong.
Being a member of Auburn High School is such an honor, and I'm so thankful for the amazing teachers and community that this school offers.
I feel so lucky to say that I'm a member of Auburn High School and that I've gone here for the past 3 years.
Being a member of Auburn High School means being hardworking and compassionate, and I'm very thankful for all of my teachers and peers for molding me into who I am today.
Being a member means for me to be able to have my studies and have a good time in this family because Auburn High School is a family to me.
Being a member of Auburn High School is a real responsibility because you never know who's watching you, and you always need to be kind and loving to everyone around them.
I'm always proud to say that I'm from Auburn High School, and the faculties, sports, academics, and arts programs are really what make it what it is. I'm a part of the Dream Team at my church where I serve with kids, and I think it helps me to become a much better leader.
My organizations are marching band and softball, and it helps me communicate and get to know new people.
I'm in the HOSA Club, and this will help me later on in the healthcare career, and it helps me to help people in need.
I'm part of the Auburn tennis community, and this helps me with sportsmanship, and it'll also help me in the future when I don't always get my way.
I volunteer making food boxes for families in the community, and it really helps me showcase my kindness and see all my blessings and how I can use them to help others.
I'm involved in FCCLA, and I've been able to volunteer at Community Kitchen, and it has been great being able to give back to my community.
I volunteer at my church, and I teach at the Sunday school. It helps me be a leader and learn how to be patient and work with others.
I'm a part of HOSA, and being a part of HOSA benefits my leadership skills and my future medical career, hopefully.
Some other organizations I'm involved in are Junior Civitan and Key Club. I would say they benefit me because I get involved with the community and I get to meet new people every year.
I'm a part of the Auburn High School Band Program, and this organization means so much to me because it provides me with so much support and so many different opportunities, and it's helped me grow as a person.
I am a part of varsity basketball, and this benefits me with my team effort, and we all learn how to be leaders on this court.
I'm in HOSA Club, and it benefits me because in fall of 2022, I plan on going into pre-med at Auburn University.
Being a part of Key Club, I'm able to do a lot of philanthropy work, and anytime I'm able to help others is really just a joy in itself. I would just want a fun week with all the activities that we can do and to just make memories with my friends and classmates.
Just having fun, but also being safe.
A fun and a safe environment where everyone can just have fun but also stay safe at the same time.
My ideal homecoming would be a homecoming where everyone is involved and everyone can look back and say that they have great memories.
My ideal homecoming is not necessarily a dance. It's more so an environment where everybody can feel comfortable being who they are without the eyes of judgment.
My ideal homecoming would be to have a week full of activities without COVID.
My ideal homecoming would be something that's inclusive, that everyone feels okay to go to and have fun and have a good time.
My ideal homecoming would be a week full of school spirit and pep rallies, and then end it all off with a fun dance without COVID, of course.
My ideal homecoming for today's student body would be one in person, with masks or not, where we can all get together and put our differences aside and just have fun.
I feel like my ideal homecoming would be to go back normal and have a regular homecoming, but while being safe.
My ideal homecoming is to have something fun and safe for all the students around me.
One that is fun, safe, and inclusive, especially during these times when we're trying to get things back to normal. I would say to have lots of school spirit and keep a positive attitude and be kind to others.
Just in case like somebody feels down, I want them to know they always have somebody to talk to.
To keep encouraging them, and especially in COVID, just keep encouraging them that they are doing great in everything they're doing.
I would stay motivated by just surrounding yourself with positive people and staying positive.
I would keep the Auburn High School campus community motivated by collaborating with each other to do small acts of kindness so we can form connections while also bettering the community.
I would try to keep our school motivated by having lots of school spirit and being involved in our school.
I would keep the Auburn High School campus motivated by encouraging others and highlighting others' accomplishments and having a positive mindset.
I would spread kindness throughout the school and make sure that people knew that no matter what they're going through, that we're always here.
I would keep the campus motivated by just getting them excited for all the things that we are so lucky to do this year that we couldn't do last year.
I would keep the Auburn High School campus community motivated by just being kind to my peers and letting them know that I support them and I'm here for them no matter what.
I would just say have fun, even though it's not as normal as what we would want it to be. Just have fun and keep smiling.
I would keep them motivated by helping put on some pep rallies and something like in a safe environment, just so everyone is happy and excited to be at school.
By staying positive and being kind. I would say my biggest accomplishment is making the Auburn varsity cheer team because it's been a dream of mine for so long and I feel so blessed to be able to finally do it.
Just being motivated, all the teachers, all the students here, my parents, like staying on top of my grades and things like that.
I've gained a lot of friends and I've gained a lot of trust from my peers. They come to me for advice and that's just an honor.
My biggest accomplishment would be making the varsity tennis team as a freshman because I'm surrounded by people that make me better.
My biggest accomplishment during my time at Auburn High School is obviously, homecoming court's really exciting, but also being a part of student council and being able to communicate issues that the student body has with administration.
My biggest accomplishment is being able able to cheer on the varsity cheer team and supporting our sports teams.
I'd say my biggest accomplishment at Auburn High School is being a member of student council. As sophomore class president last year, I was able to reach out and collaborate with multiple different clubs, and I think that really created a sense of community, especially during COVID-19.
My biggest accomplishment is maintaining all A's throughout my high school career.
I would say my biggest accomplishment is getting involved with work-based learning. I actually got my job with Carrie Woods through the class, and not only do I love my job, but I love everybody that I work with.
My biggest accomplishment at my time at Auburn High School would have to be becoming a drum major because it's helped me grow as a leader and as a person.
My biggest accomplishment would be being co-captain for the Auburn High School Ambassadors. It allowed me to become a leader.
My biggest accomplishment is being a part of the Auburn First program. Doing this has caused me to be able to be accepted into college as a junior in my high school.
Trying to start my program called Sisters for Sisters, that is a mentoring program that focuses on personal relationships.
I would say to take advantage of all the opportunities that you have during high school because we go to such an amazing school.
Don't let anybody tell you can't do anything. Always believe in yourself.
You're here for a purpose. You have a reason in this world and you're doing a great job.
I just want to say that Auburn is a highly ranked high school and that we have so many opportunities to be the best students that we can be and learn from our peers.
If I could send any message to the Auburn High School community, it would probably be my favorite quote, which is by Jim Henson, and it states, "Love and forgive everybody, including yourself. It's a good life, enjoy it." Life is too short to be filled with hate. Just be kind, be loving, and be the best person you can be.
I would say to treat everyone the way you want to be treated because you never know what someone else could be going through.
I would say to just keep going, be positive, do your best in everything you can do.
The message I would like to send would be to spread kindness because you never know what somebody else is going through.
I would tell Auburn High School to not take anything for granted. Just after last year, we just need to make the most of everything that we are so lucky to do.
I want to let the Auburn High School student body know that now is the time to make memories and just have fun because when you're older, this is what you're going to be looking back on.
I want them to know that everything's going to be okay. We're going to push through this year and have the great time doing it.
I would like to say to always be kind to your others because you never know what they're going through and be a good example to everyone around you and represent Auburn High School well.
I'm really excited for homecoming week and the participation of it. And there are 3 things that I think are important when representing the student body, and that is being kind, inclusive, and respectful. And those are characteristics that I will continue to make a priority when representing Auburn High School.
And welcome back to AHS Countdown as we get closer to kickoff here at Duck Samford Stadium. So let's go ahead and get started back with our player profiles. Each of us will pick a player from offense, defense, and then special teams to highlight. So let's go ahead and get started. Caden, your player profile.
Okay, I'm going to start off my player profile with the senior cornerback, number 4, Nasir Pogue, who lines up on the opposite side of Carson Yancey, who had 2 interceptions last week. But we're here to talk about Nasir. He has played great. One thing is that his name doesn't get mentioned too much because a good cornerback doesn't get mentioned much because they don't throw the ball towards them because they're playing good coverage. And so Nasir Pogue has had great coverage all year. Now this week, Enterprise does not like to throw the ball that much at all, but hopefully we can get out to a lead and maybe Nasir Pogue can make a play or two for our defense.
Yeah, and for my offensive player profile, I was really juggling in the air between Clyde Pittman and Davion Williams, and I'm going to have to choose Davion Williams. Number 5, the running back for Auburn, absolutely, like I said, ran wild over Smith Station. 13 rush attempts for 114 yards, almost 9 yards per carry. I mean, he just went off, and that's what he's going to have to do against Enterprise.
So I have special teams, and today I've already done the kicker. I've done the kick returner. Today we're doing the punter. That's Trent Holcomb for the Tigers. Thing is, I was looking at the stats from last week. He didn't have any stats, which isn't a bad thing. Auburn's offense was able to roll against Smith Station, and he didn't have to punt at all. So sad for him in his highlight tape, but good for Auburn as they scored 52 points on the road. Auburn's going to punt today. At some point, somewhere, Auburn's definitely going to punt, especially in the Central game. Auburn punted a lot. key with the punter and kickers is high school. You can even have 7A teams where you don't really know what you're getting with a punter or kicker, and it's really big. I can remember games, an old Smith Station game that Auburn played where Smith Station's punter, like Auburn was always starting like near the red zone just because their punter was that bad. Auburn has a good punter, and that could be a key when it comes to field position. We've said Enterprise doesn't like to run the ball that much. So if you can push Enterprise back with a good punting game and they're not having good field position, it's going to take a lot more for the Wildcats to potentially score against Auburn's defense. So let's go ahead and get into the Friday night lineup. We have a lot of really good games as a lot of teams start to close out their regular season play when it comes to teams in their region. And then, of course, we know Auburn and a lot of other teams will have non-conference matchups before going into the playoffs. So let's go ahead and get started. Arguably the game of the year when it comes to regular season in the state of Alabama. Thompson travels to Hoover. Hoover, the last decade, has been the team to beat, but Thompson, the last 4 or 5 years, has kind of emerged and has won state championships. Who do y'all like between the Warriors and the Bucks?
See, Thompson is the best team in the state, and that is by far, that has been since last year. Since that state championship game, they took the title. Hoover, for the last 10 years, as Patrick said, was a very good team. So this is going to be the battle for the north of Alabama. This is going to be a preview of a huge playoff game, and I'm just excited to see Thompson come out and win this game.
Yeah, well, you said a battle of the North. I'd also say, as you described it, a battle of the times because, like Patrick said, Hoover has been great over the last decade. Thompson's been great over the last few years. So who will win? I honestly think Hoover because I think both of these teams are actually really well matched, both undefeated. And I think Hoover has the home advantage, of course. And I don't know. I just feel like Hoover could take the dub.
Thompson has blown out every single team this year. Even when they played Hewitt-Trussville, who was number 2 at one point, they completely blew them out. Thompson, just recruiting-wise, everything else, they're on another level than all the other teams. I think Hoover will put up a good fight. Thompson's going to win in the end, though, for me. Next up, we have Hewitt-Trussville and Oak Mountain, another big game in the Birmingham area. Who do y'all like between the Huskies and the Eagles?
I'm thinking Hewitt-Trussville is going to come out and win this game. Oak Mountain is not a team that is bad this year. They're pretty good, but I think that Hewitt-Trussville is in that next tier below the Thompsons and the Hoovers of the world, and so I think that Hewitt-Trussville is going to come out and win this game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Hewitt-Trussville will come out and beat Oak Mountain, and I think ever since they lost handily to Thompson, they have been playing on, like you said, another level just below Thompsons and Hoovers of the world. So I think Hewitt-Trussville will come out and win this game, like I said, handily.
I like the Hewitt-Trussville Huskies as well. They could certainly challenge. Likely they'll play Hoover in a 2-3 matchup before playing Thompson to go to the state championship. They could challenge them. I'm going to go with the Huskies as well. Next up, we have Dothan at Smith Station. As we know, Smith Station lost to Auburn last week. Dothan lost to Central last week as Central clinched the Region 2 championship. Who do y'all like between the Wolves and the Panthers?
I'm thinking that Dothan is going to win this game. Both teams are not great. They're towards the bottom of Region 2, but I think that Smith Station's been mostly a disappointment this year, and I don't see them winning any more the rest of the season.
I don't know. This might be a questionable pick to y'all again, but I'm going to go with Smith Station because I feel like they are due for a win. Like I said earlier, they almost beat this team that Auburn's about to play tonight against Enterprise. They only lost by 7. And against Auburn, of course, they got blown out by 21 points. But then again, they did score 21 points against a pretty good Auburn defense. So I feel like they're due for a win, and I feel like they'll beat Dothan.
I'm going to have to go with Dothan on this one. I mean, Dothan has struggled since they've moved up to the 7A and joined just a couple seasons ago. Region 2, Smith Station's been struggling for years now. I'm going to have to go with Dothan in this one, but, I mean, Smith Station could certainly pull off the win as well. Next up, we have Prattville at Jeff Davis. Prattville needs to win this game to keep their hopes alive if Auburn were to lose to potentially jump and start getting – they're currently in the 4th spot in the region. If they could potentially get to 3, they're going to need some craziness to happen in Auburn, but they first have to take care of business against Jeff Davis. Who do y'all like between the Lions and Jeff Davis, the Volunteers?
Although I think that Prattville will win this game, I think that Jeff Davis did a great thing last week in coming out and scoring 40 points. Against Auburn, I think they scored 7 the entire game, but 40 points is a lot. That offense obviously got going, even if Enterprise doesn't have the greatest defense. they got that offense going, and maybe they can keep it going against Prattville, who also has a great defense. But I think Prattville's going to win this game, but it might be a little bit closer than people would expect.
I'm going to have to agree on the pick, but disagree on how you think that they're going to win this game. I think Prattville has a lot of incentive to win this game, and they will handily win this game. And they're going to be also watching closely this Auburn and Enterprise game to see if Enterprise can pull off the win and notch them up to that 2 spot. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Prattville has a lot of incentive going into this game, and they're going to play like they do.
I like the Lions as well. I was at that game. They played Auburn down to the wire. I mean, literally we're throwing a pass into the end zone to try and win with seconds left. I like the Lions in this one. They still, like you said, have a lot to play for. So I'm going to go with Prattville. And then the top 10 matchup that's coming up in just a little bit here on AHS Mass Media. The Enterprise Wildcats travel to Auburn to take on Auburn. As we know, Enterprise upset Auburn at home in a rainy game to close out the regular season, as Auburn's only lost before the state championship game. Who do y'all like between the Wildcats and the Tigers for the second spot in Region 2?
I think Auburn is coming off of some momentum from last week. They got a bye week. They got to rest. Then they got some momentum off Smith Station, winning by 31 points. Now, Enterprise is coming off of a 20-point victory, but in a scary fashion of letting up 40 points to one of the worst teams in Region 2. I think Auburn's going to win this game. It'll be a close one. This is fighting for a lot. This is fighting for a home game in the playoffs. And so I think that Auburn's going to win this game, but Enterprise is not going to go down easy.
The scary and interesting part about Enterprise is that they play what's called a wishbone offense, which, if you watch college football, is kind of like Georgia Tech and Army, where they go around and they play everything off of the read. I mean, everything that they play on offense is off of the read. So that can be scary playing against, knowing that they probably won't pass the ball that many times. But Auburn, I think, will still win this game. There is incentive to win this game for both teams with playoff implications on the line for each team. But I think Davion Williams and, like I said earlier, Clyde Pittman, who I was juggling up against, Clyde Pittman was 12 for 15 for over 200 yards and averaging about 20 yards per pass. I think he can continue that accuracy in tonight's game and continue that momentum, and Auburn will win this game.
Well, it's a big one. Everyone's been saying it, and Coach Etheridge said it at TC Britton Field. I mean, Auburn, it's a big one. That's literally what he said. He's like, great win. It's a big one next week. We got to win next week. And that's been the focus probably before, as we went through the bye week. They've been getting ready for this wishbone offense. The key is if Auburn's offense can get up to a big lead early, Enterprise is going to struggle. They can't throw the ball. You can't get yards in really big packages unless they have an explosive run. If Auburn can get off to a big lead, I think Auburn can hold that lead, and it should be a fun one. I like Auburn in this one. I think Auburn will be able to clinch that 2 spot in a home playoff game before potentially having to go to Mobile and then likely a date with the Devils for a spot in the state championship game. Well, that's going to do it for AHS Countdown. If you might hear the band behind us. They're going to come up in just a second. They're actually playing their halftime show during pregame, because, of course, as we've mentioned, and as you saw the interviews, the homecoming presentation will take place at halftime. So hopefully you'll stay on for that. It'll be exciting to see who wins Miss Homecoming for Auburn High School this year. Well, that's going to do it for AHS Countdown. I'm Patrick Bingham for Caden and Max. We're excited you joined us, and kickoff is coming up in just a little bit between the Tigers and the Wildcats.
Captains for tonight's game for Enterprise, number 1, Aiden White, and number 22, Mikhail Johnson. For Auburn High, number 1, Brad Harper, number 7, Carson Yancey, number 20, Powell Gordon, and number 89, Tucker Wright. Tonight's game sponsors are the Orthopedic Clinic and Spark Incorporated. Thank you for your support of Auburn High School football. Enterprise wins the toss. They elect to defer to the second half. To start tonight's game, Auburn High will receive. Enterprise will kick and defend the south goal. Here come the Tigers.
Samford Stadium here in Auburn, Alabama. We're here joined by Coach Robert Maddox, Brady Summersell up in the booth, Drew Forehand back in the Auburn Network studio. Auburn in the white helmets with the blue jerseys and the white pants, a little bit of pink as Auburn is pinking out the duck here tonight for breast cancer awareness. Enterprise in the navy helmets with the white shirts and the gray pants.
Now the numbers are easy to see tonight.
That they are.
Must be them new jerseys we got.
If blue and white pop out, I'll tell you what's hard to see is white jersey with a gray number.
Impossible.
81 is back deep for Enterprise. That's Andrew Picard.
We just got to be willing to handle these balls. Their kicker is very. He's going to kick a squib kick or a pooch or something like that. It's not going to be deep.
And there's a squib kick, and Auburn will take it at about the 31-yard line. And Auburn will make one guy miss, and Auburn will be tackled at about the 36-yard line. Cam Etheridge on the return. Tigers will have good field position here to start this one.
Yeah, think about those pooch kicks. If they're real high, you got a fair catch.
Yep.
You know, but that one wasn't had plenty of time to catch it and get a little something out of it.
So Auburn High will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Like you said earlier, it's important we start off, with a little momentum.
Got to have something good early here for the Auburn High offense.
We're in some kind of unbalanced set here.
Here comes, and Auburn wants jet sweep to start, and they want Daly trying to get to the edge, and Daly's going to get positive yardage before being dragged down across the 40 to about the 42, 43, get the 44-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play, second down.
Yeah, that little, what'd you call it, the pop
pass.
Pop pass, a little pop pass there where they're off the jet. You noticed we were in an unbalanced. You could tell the receivers were not eligible. The inside receiver twins, so when they ran that guy in motion, pretty obvious what we were going to do.
Three receivers to the far side, a tight end attached to the near side. First time we've seen this look from Auburn High this year. Massey now moves over to the right, now to the left, and now Auburn wants motion, and there he goes. Pittman drops back, looks down the middle of the field, not there, but Massey's wide open, has his first down, cuts back inside, now back to the outside, goes out of bounds. He gets tackled about 5-6 yards deep, gets tackled outside of the white. It's going to be first down yardage across the 50-yard line. Gain of about 7, 8, 9, 10 yards on the play.
Good call right there by Coach, because, we sit there with just a tight end on the backside, send the back in motion. The corner has to vacate. They had spent all their safeties toward the trips, and that safety had to come over and cover it, and the corner sunk on it too, and that left nobody to cover the back.
Same set for the Tigers. Now Massey to the left of Pittman. Pittman inside. No, he fakes it. Now bounces it outside. Cuts inside. And Massey was trying to set up the block. Pittman a little bit quick to the hole. But it's going to be good yardage. Gain of about 6 on the play. Down to the 41-yard line. Second down and medium coming up.
Ended up being like a quarterback counter. You know, we fake it to our right, and the quarterback keeps it to the left. A little bit of confusion there, but it ended up being a good play. And second down, like you said, second and about 4.
Auburn High comes into tonight's game of averaging about 5.7 yards per carry. And they'll have stacked receivers to each set. Massey to the left. Inside handoff. And now Massey breaks it to the open field. He's going to be tackled at about the 30-yard line. Long read on that play, but then Pittman makes the right read. Gain of 11 on the play. First down.
Well, just an inside zone, but like you said, a good read. We got what we needed. Good blocking inside, especially by our center, and it was out the gate. Linebackers didn't know where to fit.
Auburn's averaging about 158 yards per game on the ground. Numbers skewed. Auburn had negative rushing yards against Central when you take out the sacks. 2-by-2 set here for the Tigers and Pittman at quarterback. Massey moves to the right. Pittman calls the cadence, another inside zone, and this time should have been a keeper. It's going to be tackled after a gain of a couple. Big pressure, big push there by the Auburn line. It's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Yeah, here again, just a zone play, and is reading it. Like you said, it might have been a little bit premature on the handoff there. But hey, it's a lot easier to sit up here to see that than it is down there playing it.
You're right about that one. Second down and 8 coming up for Auburn High. Again, 2-by-2 set. Massey to the right. Pittman drops back looking down the field, and he's got a wide open receiver, and it's Bakari Daly. He's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown from 28 yards out. Tigers strike first with 9:06 left to go in the first quarter.
Just a scissor route, the two receivers, and what makes it hard, you can't switch when they're running downfield and they're like as deep as they were. They were like 12 to 15 yards when they ran the scissor. Just imagine a pair of scissors. And they both jumped the inside guy, left the outside guy wide open on the deep post.
Passing touchdown there for Clyde Pittman, touchdown number 17 on the season. Owsley on to attempt the extra point with 9:06 left to go here in the opening quarter.
Well, we talked about needing a getting a jump start. This is a great start.
Kick is up, and that kick is good. We'll go ahead and take a break. Tigers lead 7-0. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down. I decided to make an appointment with the Orthopedic Clinic. Their surgical partners had the experience, technology, and personalized approach to care that I was looking for. Best of all, it was close to home. I'm thankful I chose the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't let joint pain slow you down. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule your appointment.
Got 17.
Today.
Classic Hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94.3.
I think Daly's in second by himself. Welcome back to Duck Samford Stadium. 7-0. Auburn High School leads. A touchdown pass from Pittman to Daly. That is the 9th time that those two have hooked up. Actually, the 8th time one of the other ones was Harson. And Bakari Daly with that touchdown moves into second place all by his lonesome in touchdowns in a season. Owsley on to attempt, or he actually already attempted the PAT. He's on to kick it off. It'll be in the end zone. Bakari Daly now 9 touchdown catches on the year. All he trails is Ralph Spry, who had 15 back in the 2006 season.
How many has he got?
Daly?
Yeah.
Daly has 9.
9, so he's got to get So he's got to get some more.
Got to have a good one tonight. Got to have a good playoff. I don't know how many he's going to get next week. Enterprise will take over their first drive of the night from their own 20-yard line.
All right, defense.
Let's see what happens here. This is the game right here.
This is the stuff. I've been looking forward to this since early in the year when I saw Enterprise against somebody we were playing, and I'm just looking forward to this.
So it's that tight set.
And you got two guys that could get the ball, as far as the snap goes.
Everybody goes down, and it's a little counter action right up the middle. Big play.
Trap.
Right up the middle. Carson Yancey's there on the tackle. Gain of 15 on the first play, right off an inside trap, right off the guard.
Well, what happens is you ended up, like you said, it's an inside trap, but it looks like it could be an outside wider trap, and the linebacker's over scrape, and it's right up the gut.
Auburn, the D-line, the D-line just got pushed down on a bunch of down blocks right there.
Well, it's dangerous to penetrate against this kind of offense. You got to work your line of scrimmage.
Just straight quarterback power right up the middle there, and it's going to be good yardage for Enterprise. Gain of 9 on the play, and Coach Goolsby not happy. Auburn High School sends in a bigger lineman, and Auburn High immediately subs out Jemias Pitts, who's only about 220 pounds for Jordan Reese, who is closer to about 280.
This kind of offense, they got to be real patient, and they are. And this second down and 2. I tell you, they've had a good start also.
There's 2 guys back there, but, Coach, I'm going to be honest with you. Number 10, Wyatt Darlington, the coach's son, he's in a cowboy collar. And he does the whirly bird, and it's a reverse action out to the far side. Auburn strings it out, but up the middle, into the open field at the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown Enterprise.
What that was, just that wing back on a reverse is all it was. All the flow went to our left, but that wing back came around, and you got a lot of eye candy back there in your secondary, so you can't, it's hard to see it. And then when they get all those, they get some extra bodies out there. It looks like they're going left. They go in a little reverse on the right, and once he got in open field, we weren't going to catch him.
It's a touchdown for number 3. I don't have number 3 on the roster. And now here comes the swinging gate for Enterprise and they're going to go for 2. They're going to throw it to the up back, and he's going to push in. Does he get in? Yes, he does. 2-point conversion, good. 8-7. Enterprise leads.
And the thing about this is not something they snuck up on Auburn with. I mean, this is something they do all the time. And the thing about that swinging gate, it's just a derivative of their offense. So they're basically running their offense from the swinging gate. And so it's not anything odd for them. And so defensively, you got to get a lot of bodies out there. If you get too many on the right side where all the swinging gate is, you got an option and all this other stuff to the left. So, it puts quite a stretch on the defense as far as that goes.
Well, the other thing is, we talked about it, this team, they like to run it 80 yards in 3-4 plays, but this isn't a 3-4 5-yard ground. They want a bunch of yards. It was 15-8-80 or 15-8 and then the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean it was an impressive drive, but Auburn had an impressive opening drive. So down by 1 with 7:41 in the first quarter. So let's see how we respond to that. This could be the night, and this could be it all night.
This is how a lot of Enterprise games have gone. There's been a lot of points scored in Enterprise games.
Well, this could be the way. This could be a high-scoring game. You don't know. There's
Sky kick again to Etheridge. He's going to take it at about the 31. Try to get outside. Might have a little seam here. Hits his own guy. Is going to get spun around, and this time gets across the 35. And, Auburn had it at the 36 last time. They get it at the 37 this time.
Got a 1-yard gain on the kickoff there.
Well, Coach, you were wondering what's the difference in third down going to be for both offenses? Well, neither one of them got there.
It's an impressive drive by both teams to begin with. Let's see how we respond.
Well,
the thing about it is, when you're playing somebody like this, they're very capable on offense. You're very capable on offense. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. It's just got to wear the game out.
3 receivers to the far side. 1 receiver to the near side for Pittman. Davion Williams, the running back, into the game. And Pittman hands it off, and it's going to be hit. Defensive end number 97, Dwayne Buckner, never respected the quarterback run game there. Loss of 1 on the play.
Well, it's a 3-man line. They're in a 3-4, but the linebacker to the side where the quarterback would have kept the ball, he was really playing as an overhang.
Yeah.
So if the quarterback had pulled it, you don't know. You don't know how it would have worked out.
Well, we'll see if Auburn goes to their RPO.
RPO is the answer. You know, you got to have an answer for that. The same. Well, not the same look on. Well, same look on defense this time. Got to overhang.
Davion now bounces to the left, 3-by-1 set. Pittman drops back. Auburn wants a screen to Williams, and it's going to be a big loss. 3rd and long coming up. And Auburn's run that screen a lot, and that time Enterprise, they just didn't get downfield. They were smart to the task. 3rd down and long coming up here. 3rd down at about 15-16.
Yeah, big situation for Auburn. You're not going to see Enterprise get in this situation through running a play. You might through a penalty, but not through running a play. They're not going to have 3rd and 15.
3rd and 16 here for Auburn High School, the first 3rd down of the night. Pittman drops back, looks to the near side, and now back over the middle of the field, has his receiver open for the first down. Bakari Daly, first down yardage gain of 19 on the play.
Great throw and catch. He got hit right as he threw the ball. They brought an extra linebacker. But there was a crossing route by Pittman, and it was just a really good throw and catch. He was wide open. A good catch-bang situation. No yards after catch, but
I think it was a little, went to the corner to the post, a little cop route they call it. Stacked receivers to each side, 2-by-2 set. Williams, your running back, inside give. Now Pittman keeps, has yardage to the 40, to the 35. Look at him go at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tigers.
All right, that's where your overhang guy didn't take the quarterback. He let either eye candy get him, and we ran the inside zone against that 3-man line. Those linebackers have got to stay at home, and they didn't, and we took advantage of it. Big score.
49-yard touchdown run for Clyde Pittman.
Like I said, this could be a track meet tonight. I hope not, but it could be.
It could be. 5:38 left to go here. 5:39 left to go. Auburn High School makes it 13-8. Tigers lead.
I'm glad it's a cool night. We got a lot of skill guys with a lot of cramps.
Hold is down. The kick is on his way. The kick is up, and that kick is good. 5:39 left to go here. Tigers lead 14-8. We got a track meet underway. We'll be back. This is the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
At Southstate, the focus is on the customer first. As your trusted financial partner, they're committed to providing more locations, enhanced products and services, and innovative digital banking technology to make your life easier and more convenient. With over 5,000 dedicated team members, Southstate is one of the leading regional banks in the Southeast, offering robust banking solutions including consumer banking, mortgage, small business banking, commercial banking, and wealth management. Whatever success looks like to you, they have what you need to take the next step forward. Banking at its best. Banking forward. Southstate Bank, member FDIC. Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
5:39 left to go here. Auburn High School leads 14-8. Both teams are 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
I was interested to see if Auburn would answer. They did. Now let's see what Enterprise has got in store.
Coach, as a head coach, former head coach, when do you start thinking about maybe trying to steal a possession, maybe with an onside kick?
Not right now.
As Owsley's going to kick that one 7 yards deep.
Not when I know my kicker's going to put it in the end zone, and they're going to get it on the 20. It's got to be a little different situation. You don't want to give this bunch a short field. Now, they don't have the ability to kick a field goal. I mean, they're not. They could, if they're close enough, but they don't have a kicker like we've got. So that's an area where we have a big advantage on kicking, punting, and kicking.
Yep. But, if you're going to go for 2 every time.
Doesn't matter.
So now what Enterprise does is they took the same formation that they had and they flip it. Darlington is the quote-unquote quarterback. I don't know who number 3 is. He has the ball on a straight sweep to the outside. That time Auburn's able to get to him, gain of 4 on the play.
Well, it's just like you could call it like a buck sweep, except your plug backs are the ones blocking your back and your fullback. But it's just a sweep, like you said. There's nothing fancy about it. They just try to reach everybody and get outside. They got 5. That's not good. You don't want your opponent to get 5 yards on first down. So I know Coach is scrambling to figure out, the best course here.
Auburn almost jumps off sides. A sweep to the near side.
Oh.
Contact in the backfield. Auburn not able to bring him down, as shooting through and almost making a play was Brad Harper. And Auburn's able to corral and get the play. Mikael Johnson down on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and short.
You know, just that wing back sweep, basically. But we had him in the backfield. It would have been a 5-yard loss. Instead, it was a 3-yard gain. So that's the kind of stuff you got to do. You got to capitalize on those situations because you got to get these guys behind the stick so they feel the pressure to throw the ball.
Yep. Because at 3rd and 2, they don't.
3rd and 2 is a run down. 3rd and 4 is a run down.
Yep. 2 guys in the backfield. It's just a quarterback power up the middle and
power.
1st down.
Nothing
and
fancy, just the power.
Was Quentin Hayes, who was actually the listed quarterback. 1st down for Enterprise.
Just block down, kick out. Just good old-fashioned power football.
They get it to about the 33-yard line, gain of 5.
1st down's a big down. If we could hit them for a no gain on a 1st down, that could be big for us here.
The other thing is when you get an opportunity to get in -3, you got to make the play.
That's what I said earlier. Yeah.
Darlington in the backfield, and now it's that inside trap once again, and it's still good yardage up the middle, gain of about 10, 11 on the play.
Yeah, that was inside trap. We brought a guy off the edge in case they tried to do something from the outside, but it never materialized. Went inside on the trap, like you said. We got bodies everywhere.
And we have an injury on the field.
One of their linemen,
and one of their linemen, and that is Caden Anderson, 6 foot, 261, a sophomore. He wanted to try to get up and go back to the line and play, but he's going to have to hobble off. And now Enterprise will get in their huddle. 3:44 left to go in the 1st quarter. 14-8 Auburn High School leads, but there ain't been a whole lot of defense played so far.
Well,
a lot of good offense.
Mechanically, things are clicking for both teams right now offensively.
Quarterback power right off the inside. I think Auburn got one of the things they were looking for a little bit early on the movement was Enterprise 1st and 15.
And I thought they had it earlier on one of their plays. It was just a hair. But like I said, that's hard to get an official to call that. It's got to be pretty obvious for an official to call that. It can't just be borderline. It's got to jump out at you. This is the situation you wanted. Now, just rather see somebody.
You got to get off the field.
A team like this, 1st and 15. Now, let's get off the field. Now's the time when you got to be looking for anything like the reverse that hit us, the outside reverse a while ago.
Yep.
They can't sit there and try to grind it unless they just pop it. They're not going to grind it between the tackles, I don't think.
Darlington and Johnson in the backfield for Enterprise, and it's a reverse to the far side.
Play.
And Auburn High has that one covered a little bit better, but still able to sneak through as the ball carrier. Again, I wish I had his name, but all we have is number 3, not on the roster that Enterprise provides to the state. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 10.
Same play they scored, had the score on. I mean, it's the same play, that little wingback reverse.
If you're an Auburn University fan, this is the same head coach who coached Chandler Cox. And in the game against Clemson in 2016, when he spun around in the backfield looking like he was going to hand it off, didn't know what he wanted to do, this is that offense. But I guarantee you, when they spin around, they know exactly what they want to do on the play.
2nd and 10.
Darlington and Johnson, and it's the fake reverse this time. Auburn High School has a lot better flow that time. Tolan is there to tackle him, and it's 3rd and long coming up, 3rd down, and about 9.
So now you got them in a situation where they got to do so. What did I say? They got to go outside, go in between the tackles, unless we line up poorly and give them an opening between the tackles. They're either going outside or some kind of pass. So we can't let eye candy mess us up in the secondary right now. We got to make sure our secondary is, keeping our eyes on who we're reading.
Darlington and 3 back in the backfield for Enterprise. It's still that tight formation that they've run all night long. And it's quarterback sweep with 3 to the far side. Auburn High stringing it out. Tolan is there for the tackle for loss. Back to the 40-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. 4th down.
As a general rule, you're not going to go outside on us consistently. And they did hit one early. But, that's just part of getting in the flow of the game. Once you get in the flow of the game, this particular time, it got strung out, and we ran it down from behind, actually, just because it got strung out so well by the defense. So good job by the defense. It's 4th and 15. They'll be punting to us. And look at this clock, 1 minute and 19 seconds to go in the game.
Not a great snap. The line drive punt. Daly has it. He'll take it at the 30, right up the middle. Got to see him at the 45, bouncing it to the outside. He's at the 50. He's at the 45, 40, 35, 30, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds close to a clip. No flag that I see. Auburn High is going to have it at the 26-yard line. First down, Tigers.
Well, it's a good thing I don't have long tentacle arms. I'd have snatched him off that. But I thought he was going to clip, but he threw his hands up and didn't keep going. But it was a great return. The thing about it, that's the danger of a line drive punt, is you catch it and you can split that coverage before it has a chance to get in their coverage lanes. And that's what happened there. And then he outran the guys on the edge and is down the sideline. Now, we've got great opportunity here to get 2 scores up.
Yeah.
That's big. Ball's on the 25, 26-yard line.
26-yard line. Almost. About a minute left. 3 receivers to the near side bunch, 1 to the top. Massey off to the right. Now Pittman will send him, and now he'll send him back, and it's sweep to Pittman. Massey, I'll get it right here in a second. Going to get yardage to about the 21-yard line.
Good job by their corner, because he was kind of outnumbered there, and he was able to take the receiver and kind of just shove him into the back and run the back out of bounds. Really, he made the tackle without putting his hands on him.
Gain of about 5 on the play, 2nd down and 5. As all is right on the edge of that red zone, brought to you by the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast. Again,
we're in a bunch setup.
Bunch to the top. Massey moves to that top side, which is the right side. Hand off, and now there's your bubble look to Daly. Daly trying to go upfield, and that's a heck of a block on the far side. As getting the block over there was Cam Etheridge.
That's a great,
and he got the block. Give him the touchdown. Give Daly the touchdown, but Etheridge
Well, the
gets
thing
block.
is, that's one of those deals where they could run it or they could throw it, and we had them outnumbered. I mean, we had them outnumbered. We wisely threw it to the bunch side, and there's a great answer. I mean, I tell you what, right now, Auburn's cooking offensively. We just, and doing a good job on defense in that 3rd drive there.
2 touchdowns on the day for Pittman. 3 if you include the run. Owsley on to attempt the PAT. That kick is up, and that kick is good. 47.6 left to go here. Auburn High School leads 21-8 in the first quarter. We'll be back. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Football's here. Get out the playbook and meet the lineup at Auburn.com. Score a touchdown at your tailgate with the all-new Carnival MPV.
I got the first L.
The newest of the Kia SUVs. And now is the best time to trade in. Your vehicle will never be worth more. Selection, price, trade-in value, score more at KiaofAuburn.com, where you're always number 1. With approved credit, must finance through Kia Members Finance.
That was a great block on it. I'm really surprised they get a hold of it.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
47.6 left to go here. Auburn High School leads 21-8. 3 possessions for Auburn High, 3 touchdowns, and they got the stop on the defensive side to now put them ahead of the numbers game.
So 29 points in the first quarter between the 2 teams.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And this is all set up by a great punt return. If I'm Enterprise, I need to be thinking about, since I don't have a good punter, I want to be careful with punting that ball to those line drive punts.
That one's in the end zone. There's a touchback.
Okay.
I think if Enterprise would have been at about 4th and less than 5, they're going for it.
Maybe not. We've got such good offense right now. Do you want to give us a short field?
Well, the other side is you're not going to get a whole bunch of stops, so maybe you don't want to give the ball back.
Yeah. Depends on where it is, I guess.
The other thing is, we're looking at starting field position. Auburn took over at their own 36, their own 37, and the Enterprise 26. Enterprise has been at their own 20 every single time.
Yeah, and that's a big difference.
45 seconds left to go right here on the nose.
Well, almost off sides, but that was split in there.
Hayes into the game. He is the quarterback and is, again, counter trap. Braden Joyner there on the tackle. He did not go anywhere that time and makes the tackle for a loss. Well, a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he just manhandled the number 68 right there. He tried to base block him, and he just pinned him back and slung him off and made the play. That was a great play by him.
2nd down and 10. 18 seconds left to go. We'll see if Enterprise is able to get lined up and get a play snapped. 13 seconds left to go and counting. Hayes in the backfield with Darlington. Hayes is your actual quarterback, rolls out to the left, Auburn High gets good penetration there, and they're going to hit Hayes right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to spin around and get about 4, and that's how this quarter comes to an end. A third down coming up on the other side of this break. It was a good first quarter for the Tigers. Auburn High School leads 21-8. We'll be back. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
This is Lee County Revenue Commissioner Olene Price. When we have the opportunity to assist residents of this county, we are pleased to offer options in an effort to make your business with us as convenient as possible. You may visit any of our 3 offices, one in Auburn, one in Opelika, and in Smith Station. We are open to serve you Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. Central Time and 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time in Smith Station. Thank you for allowing me to serve you.
Behind the chains.
Lynn Smith Chevrolet Buick and GMC in Opelika is happy to be a sponsor of high school football. We believe that high school athletics builds character among young people, and we're honored to lend our support. We're in a great area to live, play, work, worship, and retire. Now in our 29th year, we are your Chevrolet Buick and GMC dealer for East Alabama and West Georgia. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Get ready to smile.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter here at the Duck. 21-8. Auburn High School leads. 3rd down and 7 coming up. It's a sweep. No, it's a pass. Auburn High School actually covers it well. Picked. And that's going to be intercepted by Nasir Pogue. And that's going to be a hold where that one was thrown.
I think we got a holding. Yeah, holding back there.
A hold or a high-low. But it's going to be a pick for Auburn High School if everything stands.
Like I said, this is a great offense if you're in control of the game.
Yeah.
They're not in control because they're not stopping our offense. So if we stop them, you get one up. Now we got a chance to get up even more. We'll decline this and have the ball at the 40-yard line or so with a short field.
See if this one
and that's the problem when we're doing what they do. They're not used to pass blocking.
Right.
So when one gets by them, they just have a tendency.
That's the reason why they did a rollout. Wasn't a straight drop. Chop block on Enterprise.
Okay.
That should be declined, and it'll be Auburn High School football. And no. He caught it. He caught it.
Wait a minute now.
He caught it.
Whoa. Did they rule it incomplete?
Did they rule it incomplete?
Well, he was diving, but I thought he caught it. Cradled it easily.
Well, there's not a whole lot of
well, either way, we're going to get
yeah.
decent field position. I mean, he's standing at the 50 right now.
Low snap. That one's a better kick. It's a knuckleball. Daly takes it and fumbles it in Enterprise football.
Crap.
So Enterprise takes over at the 41-yard line of Auburn High School.
Well, that's the thing where you got to focus on the ball. It's a little bit higher that time. You really probably should have fair caught it, but that's water under the dam now. Don't need to give a team like this a little life, but it looks like we've kind of acclimated to the speed and all the stuff they're doing. Looks like we've had some good adjustments defensively, so let's see. Looks like they're going to spread it out a little bit. They're down by 2 scores. They feel like they got to throw it, which is not their forte. 2 backs in the backfield, split gun actually.
Yep. Hayes has it and tries to get it outside. Auburn does a great job of extending it out, but a nice job there by the running back to kind of be patient and pick his way through to about the 46-yard line, or the 36-yard line rather, gain of 5 on the play.
Well, it's real hard to beat us on the edge. We did a great job. We engaged him at the line of scrimmage, but like you said, he was patient, kept his shoulder, kept behind his pads, and just drove kind of east, kind of a little northeast until he finally, came down with about a 4-yard gain. That should have been a play at the line of scrimmage.
Powell Gordon did a good job of extending that one out. Receiver to the top of the formation. Hayes has it, and that looks like just a basic triple option. Very good running there by the running back. I wish I had his name. 3. First down yardage across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
Actually, it was like a counter trap. They had eye candy going to our left and then gave it to the back. The guard and the tackle both pulled and got a pretty good play out of it.
It looked like a little triple option because I believe if the give wouldn't have been there, the quarterback would have been able to carry it out to that motion.
He would have had that option, yeah. He would have had that option if the defensive end.
So it was a little GT triple option.
Defensive end does.
3 receivers to the far side, solo receiver to the near side. A spread look here for Enterprise.
1st and 10.
Hayes has it, just inside zone. Auburn High School stops that one. Braden Joyner there, no gain on the play. You don't see that a whole lot where the interior go down and then the second guys go down.
Well, they just you're talking about on that play just then. Well, both guards basically just switched. I mean, the center drove off. The right guard folded around behind the center. The left guard folded around behind the center, and they just run up the gut. I don't know if it was a busted assignment by the 2 guards. Looked like that's what it was to me.
Receivers to the near side. 3 receivers to the top of the formation. Hayes in the backfield. And he's going to speed option to the right, and he's going to flip it late, and he's going to get yardage out of it. It's going to set up a 3rd down and about 4 on the play. Left his feet to get it to the running back.
Well, we were fortunate because we didn't have, we only had 1 guy in the perimeter, and they had a quarterback and a pitch. So he had to choose. He picked the quarterback, and he pitched it and made a good pitch out of it, and they ended up getting a couple of yards out of it.
3rd down and about 5.
So there, they had us outnumbered on the edge. Just fortunate it wasn't worse than it was.
7-0 Baker over Daphne. We'll get some more scores brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. The winner of that game is the 3 seed from the Mobile area. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the top. Just a little quarterback counter there on a GT counter. Fighting his way across 1st down and what he needed to get the 1st down, and it will be a 1st down as Enterprise moves inside the red zone, brought to you by Byron Smokehouse.
Yeah, just a quarterback counter. There's a little quarterback. I really like him. He's got good-looking feet. I think he's their best runner overall. It just happens to be their quarterback, too.
What's weird is we haven't seen him a lot, and we didn't see him in the first drive. And now we've seen him a lot more since.
He's their spread quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not their single wing quarterback. But that just what Coach Edwards said. They got a lot of good athletes on this Enterprise football team.
Hayes in the gun. Play action. No, it's Statue of Liberty into a double pass. Throws it downfield. Is that knocked away? That's a fantastic job by Carson Yancey. Thought I saw a flag down there. There's a flag down there.
22.
Yeah, that was a little Statue of Liberty halfback pass. I mean,
That's a lot of stuff, yeah.
That's a lot, yeah, because they'll
They faked
it, and he
then
reared
the
up
guy came back and he left the ball.
I don't know.
He left the ball back for the sweep guy, and the sweep guy threw it back. It's something on Enterprise. Sideline warning, I believe. So that would be it's incomplete pass. And that was the official telling the Enterprise sideline to get off the field.
Okay, 2nd down and 10.
2nd down and 10. Yep.
2nd down and 10. Ball's on the 19-yard line. Auburn's up 21-8 in the 2nd quarter.
2nd and 10 coming up here. It's a big down right here. Gets Enterprise to 3rd down and long. 7:57 and counting. Auburn High School leads 21-8. Enterprise needs a timeout. We'll take it with them. 7:53 left to go. 21-8. Auburn High School leads. We'll be right back. This is the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
With the right shoes, you can do anything. Which shoes fit your life? Maybe you want to step into a pair of nurse's shoes, or take control of that meeting in your red high heels, or do hiking boots and tennis shoes fit your style better? No matter which shoes you choose, Southern Union State Community College is ready to help you step into your potential. Choose a career in the fields of academics, health sciences, or technical education. Visit suscc.edu to enroll. You can't spell success without SU.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94.3.
Welcome back to Duck Samford Stadium. Scott Bagwell here. As soon as we can get some scores to you, we will. Enterprise likes to go fast, so it's kind of hard to get some scores in. Three receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the top of the formation. Here comes jet sweep. and it's just a power read trying to get outside is number 22 for Enterprise Johnson. Auburn strings it out and ends up getting a tackle, gain of about 1 or 2 on the play.
Yeah, you're not going to get, as a general rule, this whole year long, our defense has done a great job of stringing things out and stopping the outside run. So that was a good job there.
So this is 3rd down and about 9. We mentioned 3rd down earlier. Enterprise has converted a 3rd and 2 and a 3rd and 5. They missed on a 3rd and 9 and a 3rd and 7.
The thing about it is they can handle 3rd and 4 on down, but when you start getting 3rd and long, it's a little tougher. We got a short field here, so it's even going to be tougher. Defensive backs can play closer.
I also think it's 2 down.
Reverse.
And into the open field. Auburn High had one guy there, and he kind of slows him down. 4th down and about 5 coming up. I'm trying to see who was out there to make the play.
Well, they had a motion with the split inside and handed him on speed sweep, and then he gave it off to another receiver coming around on the reverse. The quarterback led the way for the block. We were fortunate there to stop him.
And Enterprise is going on 4th down.
Yep, definitely 4-down zone for them. We would be kicking a field goal here.
And the gun is the quarterback, Hayes. Next to him is 3.
We're in a 3-3 stack. Walked up outside linebacker, sweep.
Straight pitch. Brad Harper's out there, and Auburn High is going to get the stop. And Auburn High forces the turnover on downs after the fumble that Auburn High gave them.
What's the definition of insanity?
Continue to do the same thing.
Trying to continue to do the same thing. They've gone outside after the first couple of times they've tried it. They hadn't got outside on us all night long after the first couple of times. So very impressed with the speed on Auburn's of our defense in the perimeter. And that's the way you just got to stop it with speed and great pursuit. And our guys are doing a great job of that tonight.
Let's look at some scores quickly. Brought to you by Franklin Tire Auto. Friendly service from Franklin on the East University Drive across from CC's Pizza. 7-3 Thompson over Hoover. 7-3 Fairhope over Almer Bryant. 9-3 Theodore over Foley. 7-0 Oak Mountain over Hewitt Trussell. Those scores brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. Friendly service from Franklin. And Auburn High now has it again. Hand off to Williams. Williams up the middle at the 25. Makes a guy miss. Stiff arming, and he's dragging defenders across the 40-yard line as there is a flag on the play.
Holding.
Holding on Auburn.
Penalty is holding against Auburn High.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Great run. Great job of getting us out of this hole. And now we're back into it even worse. So it's going to be first and
at most it's
extra long.
Half the distance, so it should be about first and about 6. Or sorry, first and about 16.
15 or 16.
Because it was 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
All right, that ain't what we wanted, but we can handle this kind of adversity better than the offense that we're facing across the way there.
5 minutes, 49 seconds left to go. Now the clock begins to run. Auburn High School trying to get their receivers and backs set up. 14 seconds left to go on the play clock. Down to 10. Auburn High now set to an up back look. And there's a snap looking right over the middle. Has his receiver into the open field at the 15, 16, 17, all the way out to the 20-yard line, gain of about 14.
Yeah, we had a little scuffle there with Bobo. His helmet come off, so he'll have to come out of the game. But that was a good job. Just threw it to the wide out and got one guy that's just 2-on-2, but he just made one miss and recovered a lot of that yardage. And that's 2nd and 2. That's workable.
Yeah.
Very doable.
Back to 6. I believe that was Leverett on the catch. And Bobo came out, so Charles Reese moves into the game at left tackle. Pittman moves Williams to the left side. Snap and reads it, and nothing there. A little bit of a run through, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, just a 3-man line, but they brought people from the backside and just stuffed it on the front side.
Auburn went to read the B gap. There was a 3 technique there.
There was more of them than us.
And then there was a linebacker who filled in there as well.
Yeah,
so
there's more of them than us. Didn't know who to read, so he gave it, which is the wise thing to do.
3rd down and 4 coming up for Auburn High School. Just the 3rd down that Auburn High's had.
All right, they're making some switches in the secondary.
And up the middle is Williams. Nice cut into the open field. He's at the 35, 40, 45, 50. And now he's trying to split the two safeties. He's going to carry him with him to the 40 or to the 35-yard line. Big gain for the Tigers. 31 yards. Call it 41-46 on the play.
Just a buck sweep, a counter trap blocking, even though it wasn't a counter trap. The guard and tackle both pulled, and he just went out the gate. I really would have liked to have seen him check it up a little bit, let his receiver position so he can go behind him and backdoor the block, but instead he tried to split him, and they got him. But, hey, that's a great job with 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the second quarter. Ball's on the 34-yard line.
7.5 yards per carry for Davion Williams coming into tonight's game. Auburn High School is going to call a timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:52 left to go here in the first half. Tigers lead 21-8. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Russell Building Supply is Auburn's hometown home center. With top brands and an easy-to-use drive-through lumberyard, we have what you need to get the job done. Register for great in-store giveaways. Russell Building Supply, East University Drive in Auburn.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94.3.
Welcome back to Doug Samford Stadium. Scott Bagwell here, joined by Coach Robert Maddox. 1st and 10 for Auburn High School at the Enterprise 34, and there is something going on that's.
Well, this is a big series right here now. Right before the half, if we could punch it in, they're going to get the opening kickoff second half. You don't know what kind of adjustments they're going to make.
So
we really need to punch this in, make this a 4-score game. That'd be very sweet.
So there's something going on where you have conversations now going on with officials and coaches on both sides. I see Billy Ramsey, Director of Football Operations, going down with an official talking with Dan Norton. My guess is this is about a play clock.
Oh, yeah, it's out right here in this one.
Well, that one was out too. I think they're trying to turn it off and reset it.
Well, both of them are out right now, so they'll be kept on the field. And that's important. I mean, now they got it back on. That's important because, we don't want to be in a hurry. We don't want to score quick, give them some time to have some kind of momentum to be able to, if they possibly could score in under 2.5 minutes, and then they get the opening kickoff. You don't want to let that happen. So we want to milk as much clock as we can, but score right here, right before the half at 3:52 to go in the second quarter. 21-8. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little surprised, but the key to this is getting them in behind the chains early in their downs. It's on second down and long. That's big.
So play clock will now be kept by the back judge as the play clock is not operational right now.
Okay.
2-by-2 set here for Pittman. Pittman moves Williams to the left, drops back to Clyde. Clyde looks over the middle. He's got his receiver again looking for Daly. Has his receiver completed out to about the 6-yard line. Every single Enterprise defender came up and said that he was juggling the ball. Let's see what we got here.
Well,
looks like clean to me.
It's the exact same play that they ran to score on the left-hand side. This time he did it to the right, where they just ran a deep scissor route. And if you're in man coverage, which is what they're doing a lot of, that's hard. You can't cover that because it's like a deep rub route. And, you got defenders kind of having to fight over top of each other just to cover their guy.
Auburn High moves into the red zone. Brought to you by Franklin Town, auto-friendly service from Franklin. The red zone brought to you by Byron Smokehouse. Give to Davion Williams, and he's going to be tackled at about the 2. The red zone brought to you by Byron Smokehouse it's an Auburn tradition for over 30 years. And Auburn wants to go beast. This is your favorite.
Basically a buck sweep is all that was. They block down and both guards pull and kick out, kick and wrap, and just basically a buck sweep without the fake going the other direction. So
6-yard gain, 2nd and 1. Auburn High School goes to this beast package. We'll see if Auburn's able to get off the play.
I'm just worried about the clock. We got to watch that guy in the back or under the goalpost. If he throws his hand up, you got about 5 seconds. I think he holds it up at 10. Is that what it is?
10, and then he'll start falling.
So we're at 10 right now, so we should be okay.
Davion sends Daly in motion, and Davion keeps it. That's a great play right up the middle by that linebacker to make the play. No gain on the play, third down.
We were basically faking the speed sweep, and the linebacker didn't bite. He ran right up in. Well, it wasn't the linebacker, it was defensive end.
It's a defensive end.
But he popped him right in the mouth.
My guess is he was supposed to be blocked.
Well,
yeah, he was.
Yeah, we turned him
off
loose.
of it.
The tight end turned him loose. He should have, slid off on the linebacker. I don't know if that's a read or.
No, that was a keep. Powell Gordon, I think it was Cam. It slipped.
All right, heavy right here on the right. They ought to be used to seeing this kind of stuff.
And keeps right up the middle, and that one's short, fourth down.
Well, we basically looking like their offense to a certain degree, and nothing doing.
Yeah, he goes left. It's a touchdown. Fourth down and 1 from the goal line. Now, go sweep and jet it, or call timeout and draw this up and just say, hey, we're going right up the middle. Auburn High looks like they're going to try to kill the clock, 1:20, and then again, as soon as you see that back judge start to clock down, they will call the timeout.
They'll give it it's got 10 seconds at that point.
Auburn High calls the timeout.
I guess they told the official, we want a timeout at this time since we don't have a clock. And that's, you say, we want a timeout at 2 seconds or whatever. And
1:08 left to go here. We'll take another break. We'll be back. 4th and goal at about the 1 yard line for Auburn High coming up. Leading 21-8 are the Tigers. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
The Goosh Performing Arts Center at Auburn University presents Ingrid Andress live at the Waltos Theater, Saturday, November 6th. I'm a lady like, whoa! Tickets are available now at the box office and online at gooshcentertickets.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE centertickets.auburn.edu. So if I bring you home tomorrow, don't miss Ingrid Andress and special guest Georgia Webster coming to the Goosh Center November 6th.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94.3.
Welcome back to Duck Samford Stadium. Scott Bagwell here, joined by Robert Maddox. Coach Robert Maddox is as Auburn faces a 4th and goal from their own 1 yard line. They've been stopped 2 times from the 1 yard line on 2nd down and 3rd down, and Auburn High stays in that heavy formation, the heavy package. We'll see what Auburn wants to do, and Enterprise will call a timeout.
Well, they want to see how they were going to line up, and then they call timeout. I've done that many times.
Well, if you're Enterprise, you've beat that formation the last 2 times.
I mean, I don't know. Coaches, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I know.
I would say, you know what? They hit us in the mouth on the right. Let's try the left.
That's what I was thinking is.
But, hey, we're up here. It's easy for us to say. We ain't been coaching them all week long.
Well, there's a bunch of coaches over there, and they got the video system. Probably saw it. Just run that same play, but just tell your back, hey, look at that cut back to the left.
Yeah. And he's had pretty good vision all year long, so I can't fuss about that. But you sit there thinking we can muscle this up. But, our left side is pretty salty.
Yeah.
And
now I think they've moved some guys around to make sure
I hadn't paid attention to that part.
On this formation, to make sure they got beef upon beef on the right side. Yeah. If you look at it, you have
you got 74 on the left.
Bobo's at left guard. Well, no, it's kind of a normal set. We'll see what Auburn High wants to do here. That looks like the left is the play right here.
And they got a gap right
and
there.
Auburn High
they're in a bare defense.
Auburn High went normal offense right here. Davion puts his foot in the ground. Is he in? Yes, he is. Give him 6. Touchdown, Tigers. Davion Williams just crosses the goal line for the 6.
Well, they were in a bare defense, which means they had a center and both guards covered. And so he was going to the left, but that thing kind of opened up to the right and hit right back in that right A gap, or really the B gap. But usually in a bare defense, you want to go offsides. You want to go off tackle, or it's hard to go outside on it sometimes, depending on how they're playing it. But right here.
Yeah,
he's the key
right there. Oh, as we look on YouTube.
Yeah.
And Davion just able to get into there, just get inside the end zone.
That was big for us to score right here for half.
Owsley PAT is up, and that kick is good.
And
there is
we got
a
a
flag
flag
on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Maybe a little frustration on the part of the guys in white. Oh, yeah, it's on them. One of our guys is clapping.
So one of the things that we talked about was third down distance and all that. Auburn High School has converted a 16-yard third down and a 4-yard third down. They were stopped on third and goal from the 1, but converted the 4th and goal. Enterprise has missed a 3rd and 9, a 3rd and 7, and a 4th and 5.
Well, I'll tell you, that was big. That was real big. You know, it's 28-8. You're up 3 scores. Going into halftime, that's going to be big. Now, you know, we're going to get good field position just to kick off. We get to put it. Of course, it's going to go in the end zone anyway, typically.
Not onsides it. See if you can steal another one. One
Now,
time
hey,
out
you know
against
what?
that run game.
This is a time that might not be a bad choice. Depends on where the ball is going to be, because they're kind of stuck. They're not a come from behind offense.
They're not. So we'll see what Auburn High has to do. Auburn High has had the ball 4 times, and they have 4 touchdowns. It's not bad.
Well, I was concerned early that we were adjusting properly. They were just cooking us early, but I think what happened was just you can simulate that on scout team during practice all week.
Was on Auburn.
They called it on Auburn? Wow. Well, you can simulate that stuff all week long.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like seeing somebody do it that knows how they're running it. You know, this offensive simulation, like running wing T, people against wing T. You can simulate it. A lot of times you just don't even want to use a ball.
Right.
As a coach, a lot of times with this kind of offense, I wouldn't even use a ball. You got to play assignment football. Yeah. You got your responsibilities. And what had happened, we've settled down to the speed of the game, and that's even better. Now the ball's going to be kicked off from the 25-yard line, so a 15-yard penalty on this one.
Got to cover right here if you're Auburn High. And don't want to have them get good field position, opportunity to maybe do something here. Owsley will approach, and he'll kick it deep, and he'll be taken at about the 10-yard line. Here comes the return down the other way on the outside. That is great job. Brad Harper came from the left side of the coverage and made the tackle right at the 25-yard line.
I don't know. I was looking at that, and I was thinking, okay, there's going to be nuclear explosion here. and the guy was a little bit faster, I think, than Brad realized.
Yep.
And he ended up making a great play, great hustle on the kickoff to get down there. A lot of that has to do with the fact it's such a high kick.
Yep.
And down to the 10-yard line. So
Owsley did his job there, and Enterprise will take over with 55.8 left to go. Darlington in the backfield along with Johnson. Johnson just quarterback power, off tackle, gain of about 2 on the play.
I think Enterprise is just going to be content to get the half over with and get inside and try to make some adjustments.
I believe you are correct, Coach.
Got a couple of Enterprise players getting up slow.
I do think this is the biggest deficit that Enterprise has had all year long. Central got up on them. I don't think it was by 3 touchdowns. Little inside trap, and Auburn does a good job of being where they're supposed to be. They string it out and make the tackle. Gain of about 3 on the play.
I tell you what it looks like right now. Auburn's smelling the blood in the water, and they are swarming to the ball. I'm impressed with the efforts to get to the ball.
We'll see, and now I got to imagine that Enterprise is going to half. And that they will. Halftime is here. Auburn High School leads by a score of 28-8. We'll be back with the halftime show. You're listening to Auburn High School football on the Orthopedic Clinic.
Football's here. Get out the playbook and meet the lineup at KiaofAuburn.com. Score a touchdown at your tailgate with the all-new Carnival MPV or the new 2022 Kia Sportage.
Patrick, do you need me to do anything during homecoming or whatever? Okay, cool. Perfect.
Yeah, but is there anything specific I need to do right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Superintendent Dr. Zell Thomas, Principal Suzanne Sauls, and Enterprise High School, we proudly present the Big Blue Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Jessica Powell and Juliana Gingrich. Tonight, the band will be performing a part of their 2021 halftime show, which features the music of Skylar Gray, Motley Crue, Philip Phillips, Michael Bublé, Chris Daughtry, John Mellencamp, and Leonard Skinner. Performing their 2021 show entitled Home Sweet Home, the Enterprise High School Big Blue Marching Band.
What? You gotta look for him. All right, so then don't look for it. Dillard's looking for get to your camera. What? They say get to your camera. What do you want me to do? No, I think
I was gonna like go on the headset and ask you, but here's the question. What? So do you need to go too far right now? Okay, because I'm gonna do this so we can upload it. Because all I'm doing is press play.
Now presenting the 2021 Auburn High School Homecoming Court. Sophomore representative Caroline Casey. Escorted by Mr. Ed Casey. Caroline is the daughter of Ed and Allie Casey. Her activities include varsity cheerleading, Kindness Club, and Young Life. Caroline's hobbies include all-star cheer with Ace Cheer Academy, community group at her church, and spending time with family and friends. Sophomore representative Yasmin Floyd. Escorted by Mr. Eddie Wilkie Jr. Yasmin is the daughter of Brandon and Pamela Sparks. Her activities include Auburn High Marching Band Trumpet Section, softball, and mentoring young girls. Yasmin's hobbies include dancing, singing, riding four-wheelers, and spending time with friends and family. Sophomore representative Holly Helton, escorted by Mr. Bob Helton. Holly is the daughter of Bob and Hope Helton. Her activities include Auburn HOSA, Auburn Junior Civitan, and Auburn Elan Choir. Holly's hobbies include dancing with Nick's Dance Studio, volunteering around the community, and being involved in her church. Sophomore representative Sophie Smith, escorted by Mr. Roger Smith. Sophie is the daughter of Roger and Claudia Smith. Her activities include varsity girls tennis state championship team member, Sisters for Sisters, and her church youth group. Her hobbies include playing tennis, watching Auburn High football, and spending time with friends. Junior representative Maya Bashir, escorted by Dr. Adil Bashir. Maya is the daughter of Adil and Zarmina Ali Bashir. Her activities include making food boxes for community families, AHS theater program, and student council. Maya's hobbies include buying Crocs, working with neighborhood kids, and watching Hallmark movies. Junior representative Huntley Marshall, escorted by Mr. Will Marshall. Huntley is the daughter of Will and Hollis Marshall. Her activities include varsity cheerleading, Key Club, and FCCLA Community Service Cabinet member. Huntley's hobbies include working for the Dean Road After School program, traveling, and spending time with family. Junior representative Madeline Massey, escorted by Mr. David Massey. Madeline is the daughter of David and Adalie Massey. Her activities include AHS Student Council, Key Club Service Committee Chair, and competitive dance. Madeline's hobbies include leading religious education, being involved in her youth group, and spending time with friends and family. Junior representative Anna Charles Rotten, escorted by Mr. Tommy Rotten. Anna Charles is the daughter of Tommy and Carla Rotten. Her activities include Auburn Track and Field, Auburn HOSA, and Junior Civitan. Anna Charles' hobbies include serving on the Church of the Highlands Dream Team, going to the lake, and spending time with friends and family. Senior Representative Catherine Arnold, escorted by Dr. Mark Arnold. Catherine is the daughter of Mark and Tiffany Arnold. Her activities include Key Club, Yearbook Editor, and National Honor Society. Catherine's hobbies include working with the Carrie Woods After School program, attending ACC Community Group, and spending time with friends and family. Catherine plans to attend the University of Alabama and major in accounting. Senior Representative Sydney Hamilton, escorted by Dr. Mike Hamilton. Sydney is the daughter of Mike and Brandy Hamilton. Her activities include Tri-M Music Honor Society, AHS Marching Band Drum Major, and playing alto saxophone in the Wind Symphony, Lab Band, and Show Choir bands. Sydney's hobbies include gardening, volunteering at the Lee County Humane Society, and spending time with family. Sydney plans to attend Auburn University and study genetics before pursuing a career in pharmaceutical research. Senior Representative Zion Hunt, escorted by Mr. Rogers Hunt III. Zion is the daughter of Rogers and Rendia Hunt. Her activities include varsity basketball, AHS Track and Field, Afro-Cultural Education Club President, and AHS Ambassadors Co-Captain. Zion's hobbies include listening and singing to Beyonce, hanging out with friends at Thursday night dinner, and baking and cooking with her family. Zion plans to attend North Carolina A&T University and study speech pathology. Senior Representative Anya Jones, escorted by Reverend Bobby Jones. Anya is the daughter of Bobby and Christina Jones. Her activities include varsity singers, varsity flag football, National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, and Tri-M Honor Society. Anya's hobbies include volunteering with Tiger Mochas, leading her youth group at Parkway Baptist Church, and spending time with friends and family. Anya plans to attend Auburn University as a pre-med major. Senior Representative Anna Louise Parker, escorted by Mr. John Parker. Anna Louise is the daughter of John and Holly Parker. Her activities include Sisters for Sisters President, Social Media and Recruitment Chair for Model United Nations, and Young Life. Anna Louise's hobbies include volunteering with ACC Kids, traveling, and spending time with friends and family. Anna Louise plans to attend the University of Alabama and study public relations. And now, the presentation of the 2021 Homecoming Queen. Please welcome to the field Auburn High School Principal Dr. Shannon Pignato and the 2020 Homecoming Queen, Caitlin Powell. Your 2021 Auburn High School Homecoming Queen is Zion Hunt.
lost 5 yards for delay of game. Number 9, Josh Allen set the kick for Auburn. Deep to return for Enterprise, number 7, Tyson Cole, along with number 3, Amari Griffin.
Authority. You act like you are. I won't say who it is because a lot of people know who he is. All right, kickoff.
And that will be taken at about the 4-yard line. Coming back the other way is Enterprise at about
got a clip.
The 22-yard line. Breaks one tackle. Second tackle is made right at about the 30, 28, 29-yard line. No flag on the play.
28 got kind of taken advantage of there. But it's okay. It's still not, it wasn't a big play. It's down to the 29, like you said. So, all right. Want to see what Enterprise is going to try to break out with.
And they'll start their 6th drive of the game first here in the second half from their own 29-yard line. Back in the shotgun is Darlington and Amari Griffin, who is number 3. And he's going to fake the reverse and keep it right up the middle for a big gain. 40, 45, 50. First down yardage into the Auburn territory, down to about the 44-yard line. Just faked the reverse and kept it right off tackle. Big play for Enterprise.
Just without the fake reverse, it's a power play. Yeah. But all that eye candy with that reverse and everything, some people let that get their attention. Now 14's back in the game, so let's see what they're going to do with him.
24-yard gain on the play again. Amari Griffin is the player that we've been calling number 3. He's listed at 38 on the roster, thanks to the Enterprise fan who let me know at halftime that was his name. And another little handoff to Johnson off the tackle. Auburn does a good job of flowing to it. It's only going to be a gain of about 2 on the play, maybe 3. Second down coming up.
Just a wingback reverse off that sweep look, where there, it's a lot of eye candy, a lot of stuff, misdirection, much like the wing T, gives you a lot of eye candy to have to look at, and you got to filter all that out and be in the right spot. That's why assignment football is so important here.
Auburn High with their 4 down linemen and then an outside backer walked up on the line of scrimmage. Enterprise in what is pretty much their base set with the 2 wingbacks, Darlington in the backfield along with Hayes, and it's to Darlington. Darlington just quarterback power right up the middle, first down yardage to about the 36-yard line. Wyatt Darlington listed as a tight end, 5'11", 198, a 10th grader. I don't know how many quote-unquote quarterbacks are taking snaps there with the cowboy collar.
Well, it's straight up the gut, nothing fancy there. It wasn't even an ISO where they had a lead blocker. It was just straight up the gut. So they saw something, and it looked like they had a checkoff to it or something.
Hayes in the backfield once again with Darlington. Hayes has it now, almost fumbled it right up the middle. He's got good yardage. Into the secondary, trying to rip it out is Carson Yancey across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Gain of 12 on the play.
Just an inside play, like an isolation play where you base block all the linemen. Somebody from the backside, I couldn't tell, I think it was a guard, he wrapped around, the left guard wrapped around and led on the linebacker. So it ends up being like an isolation play, which is probably what they ran earlier. So they're milking that right now. They're getting a lot out of that one play.
Again, as Coach said, it's that overload set with linemen to the left side. Darlington will keep. He's going to power ahead. There is a flag on the play, and Braden Joyner came out calling for it immediately, which means as quick as that came out, I don't think that's a hold. That would look like it would be a hands to the face. And, well, I was wrong. It's still on Enterprise. It is a hold.
Well, and this is what kills this type of offense. They just, it's 1st and 15 now. They don't need that kind of stuff for them to have a chance. I mean, they were really cooking good right there. Now they're behind the chains.
It's going to be 1st and 20.
It's going to be 1st and 20, I'm sorry. So they're behind the chains. They're not built for this.
Yeah.
So they got to have big plays in the run game, or they got to spread it, which plays to our advantage. So watch for something, they haven't had any success outside, but watch some kind of trickery or something outside.
Darlington has it, and there's your reverse out to the left side to Griffin. Griffin breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles. He's going to get back past the original line of scrimmage to the 19-yard line. Big gain on the play. He's going to bring it up a second down at about 7 or 8, gain of around 12.
Yeah, that was the reverse I was talking about, and they got something out of it. Now instead of, it's 1st and 20 now, it's 2nd down and what's that, 6?
Six or 7, yeah.
That's like having 4 yards on 1st down. So, they're back kind of in their MO.
Darlington in the gun, Johnson next to him, and it's a sweep to the right side. Got numbers as Enterprise into the open field, 5, 10, touchdown.
Well, they ran a sweep, but they had eye candy faking the opposite. Some of us obviously were going to the right instead of the left, and they just outnumbered us in the perimeter, and that time they got us. He did a good job of cutting back inside the blocks because we had man blocking. Everybody was blocked.
Nice play there by Johnson on the touchdown carry. I believe he got it from 21 yards out, just outside of the Byron Smokehouse red zone.
And they got in the water bucket, but now they're in the field goal line, lined up in a field goal situation.
71-yard drive for Enterprise to start the second half, cuts it to a 28-14 game, and Auburn High School jumps off sides. No flag. The extra point is no good as everybody's looking around expecting a flag. There is no flag. We'll be back in 30 seconds as try to figure this out. Tigers lead 28-14 now. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Teamwork is key to winning on the football field. At University Ace, teamwork is key to our success.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
Fantastic touchdown drive from Enterprise there. They go right down the field to make it a 2-score game once again, 28-14. Auburn High School leads. Let's see. It's been a pooch kick to about the 30-yard line every time that Enterprise has kicked off, and that one is going to be right at about the 30-yard line as well. Etheridge will have it. Now trying to bounce it outside. He's going to cut upfield, trying to get a block. Now he does get one across the 40, 41, 42-yard line, and that's where Auburn High School will take over.
Yeah, he caught it on the number on the right side and came all the way back to the number on the left side. So that's a lot of running. That's about 50 or 60 yards worth of running for a 10-yard gain.
And Enterprise never saw a third down there. Auburn High School had him at 1st and 20. But a big 14-yard gain right off the bat, and then a touchdown after that. Auburn High will go with a 2 tight end. No, it's a 1 tight end set. To the far side with 2 receivers, a solo receiver to the near side that's Jack Hudson.
So a tight end trip set.
Yes, sir. Massey, your running back, and he'll have it, goes right up the middle, gets hit and spun around across the 45-yard line to about the 46, gain of about 4 on the play.
And there's Bobo abusing number 22 downfield, about 10 yards downfield. He does that all year.
22, I mean, we only got 122 on the roster. That's Mikael Johnson. He's going both ways.
Yeah, well, he's at a big disadvantage if he's lined up against 74.
Yeah.
He's a corner, so it must just been he was just out there.
He was a guy that just happened to be in the
way. Yeah, wrong place, right time. Wrong place, wrong time.
A lot of movement here for Auburn. Etheridge now moves over to the near side and hand off to Massey. No, it's to Pittman. Pittman looking downfield for Hudson. Got his receiver to the 20-yard line, maybe the 19 to the 18-yard line. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Tigers.
Yeah, I was just sitting there looking at it. Throw it, because it's wide open. But I wish he could set his feet earlier and get rid of it earlier. He might have scored. He would have gotten the ball a lot quicker.
Yeah.
He had the guy beat by a pretty good margin, and then after that, the ball was thrown late. He gave the defender time to recover a little bit. So we're in the red zone, aren't we?
We're in the red zone, brought to you by Byron Smokehouse Breakfast. An Auburn tradition for over 30 years. A gain of 36 on the play. Inside
Good
handoff
cut
to Massey. Massey with a great cut. Stiff arm makes one guy miss. He's going to get hit out about the 11 or the 12-yard line. Good carry there for Massey. Positive gain, second down.
Yeah, about a 5-yard gain just off an outside zone, and Massey did a good job. He kind of skipped set right there and made one guy miss, and then Got about 6 yards out of it.
What's interesting to me is Auburn High ran inside zone, inside zone, inside zone. Some variations of it. Now we've seen them try to get outside here a couple of times in the first drive of the second half.
And they hadn't broke it big with that, but they have, it's got 5 yards. I'll take that every time. 5 yards, that's great.
Brad Harper into the game at running back. And
same play.
To the bubble play now to Daly. That's a great block on the outside. That's also a pretty darn good tackle out there on the corner. See that once again, that was Cam Etheridge on the block. Going to be first down yardage.
It was the same play we scored on earlier where they got in a bunch set and then ran the little bubble and Etheridge destroyed the corner. I can't believe it. The official didn't throw a flag just because it looks like he's holding, but he's not. He is just burying the guy.
He's just dominating him. Tigers inside the 10, goal to go, first and goal from the 6, gain of 6 on that last play. Harper moves to the right for Pittman. Pittman, inside handoff, kind of weird on the mesh point. No gain on the play, maybe a yard, second down coming up.
I think it was a read. The quarterback wanted to keep, but was a little late making that decision, and he squeezed him off a little bit.
So that's the second time Auburn. So they're very in the inside zone read with the B gap read. Auburn High can't get to the linebacker, so there's 2 guys there.
Yeah, you look for maybe the quarterback to disconnect and do an RPO off of this. Well, maybe not this. Well, maybe to Etheridge right here, because we got a tight end flanker to the left and twins to the right.
Harper still your running back, and something happened there for Auburn. And conversation now coming for Pittman.
Procedure.
And the White Hat is going to be a 5-yard penalty on Auburn High School. Brings up a second down and goal from the 10.
I tell you what, that's the longest 10 yards on that field when it's
the
on the goal
worst
line.
spot in the
because you got the back of the end zone to protect the defensive back, so they can tighten up in their coverage. And I always look when I'm looking at film. Do the corners, once they get down in this area inside the 10, do they backpedal? If they backpedal, you can hurt them. But if they don't backpedal, then that's a different story.
Well, they got inside leverage to the near side against Hudson. Harper to the left and hands it off to Harper. Harper makes 3 guys miss, and he bulldozes his way into the end zone from 10 yards out. That's a heck of a run there by Brad Harper. Tigers push the lead back to 20. It's 24-14 with 5:22 left to go.
Hey, great run, great cut. I'd like to see him hand the ball to the official instead of that little hot dog stuff. But it was a great run. I want to hand it to him. That was a great run. It was basically just a trap. We pull in both the counter trap, pulling the left guard and left tackle, kick and wrap, and that's a lot of meat coming at you if you're on that perimeter.
And that end got there before Brad could. So the end was there before the kid could get there, and Brad does a good job of cutting it and getting into the end zone. The extra point is on his way. Is up and is good.
All right, great answer.
Yes, sir.
To their opening drive. They open and drive, bam, 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 right in the end zone. We answered, so now we kind of got an idea. Enterprise, they're not going to abandon ship yet. They're going to run their stuff. So let's see how this works out, because they can't afford to stay in a scoring match with us, because they've shown their defense has not stopped us.
5 possessions.
5 possessions, 5 touchdowns. So they've shown they can't do that. So they can't take the air out of the ball.
You go back to sorry to interrupt you, Coach. You go back to the Smith Station game. This first-team offense has only stopped themselves. It was 5 of 6 possessions against Smith with a fumble, and then their first drive, which was the last time they were on the field, was a touchdown. So it's 5 of 6, 5 of 5. That's 10 of 11. It's 12 of 13 possessions for Auburn High School.
That's pretty strong. Enterprise in a precarious situation. They can't take the air out of the ball because they're too far behind. What I mean by that is run the ball all the time.
Yeah.
All we've got to do is get them behind the downs like we did after their first drive of the first half. If we can do that to start the second half and now can answer, if it's tit for tat, Auburn will win the ball game. We just got to make sure we control the game.
Auburn puts that, or Owsley rather puts that right on the A in Auburn. 5:20 left to go here as Enterprise will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right. Enterprise, how patient are you going to be? That's the question.
Well, I mean, you got to run your stuff, right?
Well, their stuff is working for them, but they got to shore up that defense somehow, because they are not there. We're scoring more than them. There's no doubt. They can't handle that situation. They got to find a way to stop us and score and score quickly.
Straight inside run with the quarterback, and Auburn High feels it kind of quick, but good running there by the Enterprise running back. I believe that one was Griffin, gain of about 5 or 6.
Yeah, you're calling them quarterback. I don't know which way. They're both like running backs to me.
Well, they're both. So
they're both side by side. Either one of them can catch the
snap. They're side by side, and credit to the center. He doesn't have anybody to look at. He snaps it right in between them, and one of them takes it.
They just know who's going to get it. But that comes from that repetition. This is a well-coached football team.
It is.
We got to show up what's happening between the tackles right here.
Darlington and Griffin in the gun. Griffin has it, little inside counter trap to Johnson. Johnson into the open field. Going to break one tackle, break another one. He's going to have yardage to the 45-yard line, gain of 20.
I mean, yeah, it's just simple. Just block down and kick out and just snap it to the up back. He hands it to the other back. It comes across after a counter step. So it's basically old-fashioned counter trap just out of this Notre Dame box stuff.
Backers overrunning a little bit, and these backs are good for Enterprises. They're able to put their foot in the ground and get north and south.
Well, you think about it, though. We can handle this. If they're doing this, it's okay. I mean, it's 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Time is running out. They're going to have to find a way to stop it.
Darlington keeps it right up the middle across midfield into about the 49, 48-yard line, gain of 7 or 8.
Yeah, just the power right at us, right off tackle. We kind of jumped inside a defensive end. They kick out and on the edge there. I tell you what, Enterprise, those running backs have a good eye for where the gaps are when it does open up. We've got to find a way to get in that backfield and create a down and distance situation for Enterprise, get them behind the chains.
Hayes in the backfield, the quote-unquote quarterback. He's going to keep it, run it right off the middle, right off left tackle, rather behind Darlington. Going to be short of the line to gain. Going to bring up a third down and about 2.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. They've got to go for it.
Coach, they're not punting the rest of the game.
Oh, I don't see it. They don't have a choice with this style of offense. So it's 3rd and 2 now. Can we dial up something to get a little penetration and put them in 4th and 1, and even then that's going to be tough.
Enterprise 44% on the year on third down today. They are 2 of 5, right at about 40%. Darlington in the backfield, and it's a reverse to Griffin off the far side, has his first and then some. Graham Young comes up, and now Trey Nelms helps him out. Yardage out to about the 40-yard line, first down, gain of 7.
Yeah, it's just old. Really, it's not even a counter play, but it's blocked that way almost. It's just a old Green Bay sweep where everybody and his brother's pulling out in the edge.
You get a seal here, and you seal here, and you run it in the alley.
They're just knocking it. They're just knocking it off tackle. It's not going between right now. It's off tackle, just outside the tight ends.
Griffin again inside a handoff. Auburn gets penetration. Johnson bounces it outside. Pogue is gonna run him outside. It's going to be a gain of about 12 on the play, first down.
The thing about it is we had him. We had him in the down. We had him behind the chains. We hit him in the backfield, but he just did a good job staying on his feet.
Yeah.
But we had him. Just let him get out.
Powell Gordon checks out. Jimmy Vickerstaff checks in. Reese Vickerstaff Joyner along with Tolan in on the defensive line. To Hayes, the quarterback. He's going to kind of be very selective about which hole he runs into. Gain of 4 on the play. Second down and 6 coming.
Just a power. When I say an isolation play, what I mean is they're isolating that linebacker. They're base blocking all the down linemen, and they're running 3 blockers right at that linebacker in that gap. They're right at us, and they got 3 or 4 yards out of that. But my question is, can they continue to be this patient? It's 2:03 to go in the
now without a stop. 2 minutes even left to go in the third quarter. Enterprise down by 3 touchdowns, but driving once again. And kind of a counter there now, a pitch to Hayes. Hayes trying to get outside, and Auburn does a great job. That's Karsten Yancey, the corner, tracks down Hayes. And before that play, Enterprise had 12 carries in the second half for 114 yards. Make that 13 carries for about 115. Third down and about 6 coming.
Yeah, it started out looking like a quarterback power, but then all of a sudden the running back shows up out in the perimeter, and he pitches it to him. We took him, he pitches it.
You had a fullback pitching to a quarterback on that play.
Yep, and the result was a little bit of a loss.
Yeah. Third and about 5 coming up here for Auburn or for Enterprise. In the backfield is Johnson and Darlington. In the slot back is Griffin.
Look for something to the wide side of the field. There it is.
Straight quarterback sweep to the left side. Auburn spins it out, but nobody's able to get flow to him. First down across the 15-yard line to about the 14 as Enterprise moves inside the Byron Smokehouse red zone. Byron Smokehouse with Auburn tradition for 30 years.
What that was just it's basically just a sweep to the nub side, the center, guard, tight end side. They don't have any lead blockers. The lead blockers are coming from the back side, so they're just trying to catch up. The back stays flat as long as he can and then hits that crease.
Backers got to be able to find a way to flow over
Got to
and get
find
there.
a way. There was no fakery on that one.
Little inside trap there. Up the middle is Griffin. Griffin into the end zone. Touchdown from 14 out.
But look at the time. It's 36.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. So it took them quite a while to get down here and score. I don't know when they took possession.
Well, Auburn scored the last touchdown with 5:22 left to go.
So
it's
it's
about
taken
5 minutes.
It's been a 5-minute drive, which is not a long drive, but that's 5 minutes. The third quarter is going to be over here in just a minute. They scored just running right at us with a trap inside. Good eyes by the running back finding the cuts. You got to hand it to Enterprise. That was a pretty drive. They did a great job, but Auburn offensively has been doing a great job. So they've scored twice this half on both our possessions.
PAT is up, and that
another
PAT
penalty
is good. There is a flag on the play. I believe Auburn was offsides. I'll say this: if you go offsides against this group, you're going to even worse if it's leaping. It'll be a personal foul on the ensuing kickoff. The extra point is good, as we're now waiting on the penalty. Hey, officials, make the penalty. I got to get to a break here.
This thing is far from over, though.
It is.
We just got to keep answering offensively. Defense will figure it out.
We're going to get a call. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll have the situation when we come back. 35-21, no, we're going to keep it here since the white hat took his time. It's going to be a personal foul on Auburn. It will be enforced on the kickoff. But Enterprise, a 71-yard touchdown drive and an 80-yard touchdown drive here in the second half. And the ball will be placed at the 45-yard line of Auburn. This has to be an onside kick, right? Auburn up by 14.
This particular situation,
there's no reason not to kick it, not to onside.
I would say there's a pretty good chance we're going to get an onside kick. They're not lining up like it, but who knows with the way their kicker is. I mean, even from here, I don't think he can put it in the end zone.
Well, now they're kicking it to the right side the first time they've done that one, and he will kick it into the end zone. Touchback.
Well, I stand corrected. He took it 1 yard deep in the end zone.
That'd be an opportunity to maybe steal a possession.
You know what? He's coaching. I'm not.
Yeah, and he's won state titles. He's been a good coach. I just figured with this offense, and you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to get a stop.
Well, they can't afford to have Auburn walk down the field on them.
No, they cannot.
What I'd like to see is Auburn, yes, of course, answer with a score, but eat up some more clock. Eat this quarter out. It's obviously going to eat this quarter out, but eat up a good 5 or 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes of the next quarter. And we've been running the ball a lot this half.
Two receivers to the near side, one to the top. Massey moves to the right. Now he'll try to run it up right up the middle. He's going to get stopped after about a gain of 2 on the play. And that'll be second down and about 8. We'll see what Auburn wants to do. And Auburn's going to go to the quarter. Nope. Auburn wants to go something quick.
No, they're telling to hold it.
Well, we've had some coaches saying go, some coaches saying no. Auburn will stop, and Auburn will go to the fourth quarter. 35-21, Auburn High School has a lead. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Whether
you're a senior golfer or pro athlete, high school football player, or little league superstar, injuries are sometimes just part of the game. When it happens, it's nice to know the Orthopedic Clinic is here to get you back in action. The team of physicians at the Orthopedic Clinic offer the latest in treatment, procedure options, and complete rehabilitation for knees, hips, ankles, spine, and more. Don't let aches and sprains or more serious orthopedic issues keep you on the sideline. Visit theorthoclinic.com and schedule an appointment today.
Let's talk about saving you money. Four Seasons Federal Credit Union has auto loan rates as low as 1.9% APR and back-to-school loan rates as low as 7.9% APR. If you live, work, worship, or attend school in Lee County, you can join in person or online at apply.fourseasonsfcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, equal opportunity lender, subject to membership and credit approval. Limitations and exclusions apply. Ask for details.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
Welcome back to Duck Sanford Stadium. Let's take a look at some scores brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. Friendly service from Franklin on East University Drive across from CC's Pizza. Prattville leads Jeff Davis 29-7. 21-10 Thompson over Hoover. That game in the third quarter. 28-20 James Clemens over Albertville. 21-3 Fairhope over Alma Bryant. 16-0 Theodore leads 7-0. Oak Mountain leads 7-7 Daphne and Baker. Those scores brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto. Friendly service from Franklin on East University Drive across from CC's Pizza. Davion Williams has it, and Enterprise is close to a stop as it'll now be third down and about 8.
They're doing a good job with their 3-4 defense, with the defensive ends taking the dive, and the quarterback he's got an overhang linebacker that's sitting out there, and he's not running with a dive. So that's the downfall of the inside zone, is that if you got that overhang linebacker. So what you end up with out in the perimeter, it's one-on-one out there. So, as far as the receivers go. So let's see if we don't.
Enterprise jumps off sides, but evidently they were back far enough so that they did not cross into the neutral zone. 3rd and 6. Pittman drops back, and now he is flushed, looking downfield. He's going to try to run it, and he has his first down across the 30-yard line to about the 33, 34-yard line. Gain of 10. Auburn High picks up 3rd and 6. They are now 3 for 4 on third downs.
Well, really didn't have anybody open that would have gotten the first down. They could have thrown it deep, but he was the guy. The defender was step to step, so he really didn't have anything. Best choice was to run the ball, and, of course, that's obvious. He got the first down.
So now you got to get the run. Auburn's got to find a way to get the run game going.
Well, the good thing, too, is he didn't go out of bounds. He got the first down without going out of bounds.
Gain of 9 on the play. Under 11 minutes left to go here. Davion Williams, your running back. Pittman, the quarterback. 2 receivers to the top of the formation. And now Etheridge, no, he'll stay there. And little jet action, handoff to Williams. Williams wants to bounce it outside, gets outside. No, well, he then throws away the defender, makes the third guy miss. The fourth guy finally tackles him. Gain of about 6 on the play.
I think it's a little bit more than that, but because it was a great run. He put his hand on the guy. The guy grabbed him. He literally just grabbed him back and slung him off of him, and ends up getting about, like you said, about 6 or 7.
And they gave him 7, second down and 3 coming.
Hey, a great run there. And thing is, he didn't try to cut it up. He just kept stringing it to the northwest, kept going to the left, and gaining ground in increments. And that instead of trying to go straight north and end up getting in on it. Got in the bunt set down.
Another tight formation. I think Auburn's inside guy is illegal. The reason is because Auburn wants to run jet sweep for Daly. Daly tries to get a block, and Williams able to get enough to get the first down. Gain of about 5 on the play.
Their safety did a good job of coming inside out, but it just wasn't good enough. I mean, you can see him coming up right there, number 9.
Number 9.
And him and number 7 the 2 safeties ended up making the play. But we got the first down. And the clock
will run.
Is running.
10:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Tigers lead 35-21. A win here, and that means we don't got to go on the road in the first round of the playoffs.
I like that.
Williams moves to the left side. Auburn to pull a couple. And now he puts his foot in the ground, breaks 1 tackle, and the second and third guy able to bring Davion down. And DV's going to give himself about 11 yards. First down.
Great ball handling there. It was basically just the old buck sweep.
Yeah.
The 2 guards pulled, kick wrap, kick out the defensive end, wrap the linebacker, and the back stayed behind and stayed patient and got north, hit his foot in the ground and got north. That was a good job, and the clock is still running. I can't emphasize that enough.
Bakari Daly, 7 catches for 113 yards on the day. That gives Bakari 42 catches on the year. He's got a chance to break Bryson Clegg's single-season record he set a year ago. Williams, no. To Daly on the bubble. Nice block once again by Etheridge as Daly's going to cut inside. He's going to get yardage out to about the 29-yard line, or the 31-yard line rather. Gain of 13 on the play and a first down. Coach,
I'm telling you, I'm just Etheridge is destroying their corners.
The Auburn coaching staff gives a Hammer Award. It's going to Cam Etheridge. It's got to go to Cam.
That's who I'm going to give it to, because what I've seen tonight, he has had some fantastic blocks out there in the perimeter. He's just been manhandling when he gets out there in that little stack look, and been manhandling that corner.
9 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Tigers lead by 2 scores. 35-21, looking for more. Williams on the right side. Now he's going to follow 2 blockers, and he's going to be patient. Nothing really there. And he's going to end up getting about a yard. 2nd down and 9 on the play.
Still that buck sweep type play with the 2 guards pull. One kicks out, the one wraps. But the backside linebacker came in there and didn't take the quarterback. I mean, he didn't feed off the eye candy, and he ended up just going with the back and had a good play. But I'm sure the Auburn coaches saw that. When he's making that play, that's opening up something else, either an RPO or something on that backside area right there for the quarterback, either a keep or a keep pass thing right there.
3 receivers to the top of the formation. Williams now bounces to the right. Here comes Etheridge. Play action, trying to get outside. Underneath the Cam. Cam makes a nice catch. First down yardage to about the 19-yard line. Gain of 12, and Auburn High School moves inside the Byron Smokehouse Breakfast red zone.
They shifted Etheridge over, put him at tight end, and he pretended to block for a couple plays. Basically a tight end delay, but he got enough for a first down, which is usually that tight end delay doesn't get that many yards, but he would need enough to get it.
You mentioned that the backside backer got there on the pull play. Auburn fakes the pull play, pull the ball, throw it to the tight end drag. First down yardage at the 18-yard line. 8 minutes even left to go here in the fourth quarter. Clock stopped because Auburn went out of bounds on the play. 2 tight ends set, handoff to Williams. Williams puts his foot in the ground, cuts into open field. Give them 6. Touchdown. Tigers.
Great job. Hey, great patience.
Yes, sir.
Because it wasn't there initially, and he kind of danced a little bit, then cut it back to the right and untouched.
7:51 left to go here. Tigers go 80 yards. They answer an 80-yard drive with an 80-yard drive of their own. And watch this job by the offensive line. They just move them. And Davion makes one good cut. Also a good block on the outside by Bakari Daly. And the Tigers are into the end zone.
Hey, what can you say? If they're going to score, we score. I mean, have we been stopped tonight?
Nope, 6 for 6.
Praise the Lord. That's great.
Owsley on to attempt the PAT. And there is a flag on the play.
So
that's got to be an offside.
Somebody lined up offsides. Well, I'm sure we'll take the point, just kick it. Especially when it took us several downs to get in the end zone a while ago.
Yeah, Auburn declines it as the White Hat asked the holder, Will Best, hey, what do you want to do? And Will's like, I'm already on the knee. I'm not getting up.
I don't want to come off. I get a chance to play. 41-21 with 7 minutes and 51 seconds, and that's important. We milked a lot of time off that clock.
Extra point is up, and the extra point is good. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Tigers lead 42-21. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Franklin Tire and Auto is your one-stop automotive shop. For quality, dependable tires, Franklin features Bridgestone, Firestone, and Yokohama. For complete car care, trust Franklin's ASE certified technicians. And for precision collision repair, Franklin's state-of-the-art body shop can fully restore any make or model. With free estimates, insurance claims welcome, and 24-hour towing, all at one stop since 1970. Franklin Tire and Auto, East University Drive, across from CC's Pizza, and at franklinautoinc.com.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
7:51 left to go here at Doug Samford Stadium. Tigers lead by a score of 42-21.
We certainly don't have it in the bag, but their last drive took over 5 minutes.
Yep.
It's 7:51. I mean, we got a 3-up-3 scores.
And Auburn just had a 4-minute drive down the field.
So unless something unforeseen happens.
Well, this might be it. Here comes Enterprise, the return from the 4-yard line, cuts out the middle, cuts back. Auburn coverage unit's going to get there and will be tackled at about the 28-29-yard line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
WGZZ, Waverly, Auburn, Opelika, a broadcast service of Auburn Network Incorporated. Your Auburn High School football station. Wings 94.3.
Welcome back to Auburn, Alabama. Scott Bagwell here, Duck Sanford Stadium, joined by Coach Robert Maddox, Brady Summersell as well, and Drew Forehand. Enterprise quarterback Darlington keeps it, and that time, what a spot. Should have been at about the, I didn't think any way.
They tried to run right at us, and we just stuffed it. I mean, the defensive interior, just whoever.
They gave him.
Who's 11? Who's 11?
11 is Jemias Pitts.
He's a lineman?
Yeah, he is.
Well, I tell you what, he destroyed their guard, and he just totally disrupted that play.
Coach, I want your input on this. They said he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Ain't no stinking way.
Thank you. 2nd down and 10 coming. Enterprise, little fake counter trap into the open field for Hayes. But Auburn safety does a good job. I believe that was Graham Young. 2nd 10, gain of 8, 3rd down and 2.
Hey, I'm going to tell you one thing. Enterprise, they're well coached. Man,
they are.
It's hard to follow that ball. That's what I'm saying. You got to play assignment football. If you're trying to follow the ball, you'll be totally confused.
Well, that's the other reason why on 1st and 10, when you should have got a 3-yard loss and it's marked back at the line of scrimmage, now they're able to just run their normal offense, and it's 3rd down and 2. Hayes, little counter trap to Johnson. Johnson got hit short of the line. They're going to give him the line.
They're going to give him the line.
Coach Etheridge is not happy. He had to get to the 39-yard line.
He sure didn't.
He did not get to the 40.
No, he did not. And they're putting it.
And they're putting it on the 40.
Yeah, it's clear he didn't get on the replay. It's clear he didn't get to the 40. It should have been one they had to measure.
Coach Etheridge's not happy about the spot. Darlington keeps it up the middle, is going to get about 5-6 on the play.
Wish I knew why that play is coming right at us, and we're not. We got a crease. They're getting a crease right up in there. He's hitting the right side, right up the center's right butt cheek, and then cutting it back to the left. They must be getting some movement that we can't see from up here. But
I want to know how they keep on getting an extra yard on these spots. 2nd and 4 with 5.5 left to go in the 4th quarter. But you're right, Coach. Here in the 2nd half, it's been the quarterback power, and Auburn really hasn't had a run or an answer for it. Johnson in across midfield into Auburn territory. Graham Young on the tackle, 1st down to about the 46, 47-yard line.
And this time it was just
there's a lot of stuff
all
going
that
on.
whirly-bird stuff. The bottom line is the left halfback got the ball going to the right,
Yeah.
but there's stuff going right and left.
There are 3-4 people moving at one time.
Yeah.
And the distance between them is about shoulder width. It's not like there's big gaps where it's obvious where the ball's going. They are tight.
The thing about it is you're not even sure he's snapping it too.
No, you're not. Johnson has it, hands up right off the middle. Coleman Granberry meets him.
Nothing on that one. That's right at us. And
they're going to give him about 1.5 yards.
No.
Flag on the play. And this is a late flag.
Now this is the kind of this is what we can't do. We can't help them. I mean, it's 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the game. We're up 42-21. We got a 3-score lead. Don't help them. Make them earn every inch. And now we've just given them 15 yards on a freebie.
Yeah, it should have been 2nd 10. It was going to be 2nd and 8, and now it's 1st and 10 from about the 30-yard line.
But the nature of their offense is a clock-eating offense.
4:53 left to go. They took over with 7:50. Already a 3-minute drive here.
Pass.
And tight end Powell Gordon says, thanks, I'll get a sack.
I'm going to tell you, now, this is what I said at the outset of the game in pregame. What happens is bam, bam, bam. All of a sudden, this time it was just a back out of the backfield like a wheel route, and we picked it up. We did a great job. We didn't follow all the eye candy and all that stuff. The corner did a great job of picking up the back. He turned the tight end inside release over to the safety and picked up that back swinging out of the back because the tight end released and went across to draw him in and that wheel back out of the backfield. Great job, great job by the secondary to cover.
You got to figure if Auburn covers the first read, it's going to end up being a sack. Sweep to the right for Hayes. Auburn does a good job of taking out his legs. It's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play, 3rd down and about 11.
So, the thing we wanted to do is get him in a down and distance situation, keep the ball in the field of play so it's 3:55 and counting. Enterprise, they're going to have to, at some point, if you want to win the ball game, they're going to have to get out of this and try something else.
On the 3rd downs that Enterprise has not picked up, it was 3rd and 9, 37, 3rd and 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Well, there's certainly in no hurry because they're in a huddle and taking their time, and so they're
3:35 and counting left to go here in the 4th. It's a 3-touchdown game.
Now they've spread it out. Now they've gone to their spread, in which that plays into our hands. I mean, that lets our front 4, which have been very good pass rushers, lets them tee off.
And Enterprise wants to call a timeout. Not only do they want to call a timeout, they took about 35 seconds and then called the timeout.
Yeah, they were fixing to get called delay a game.
3:20 left to go here in the 4th quarter. We'll take this timeout with them. Auburn High School leads 42-21. This is the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Hello, this is Coley Trant from Jeffco Trant Funeral Home and Crematory. My dad Bill and I are pleased to be a part of the Opelika, Auburn, and Lee County area, and thankful to the families that have placed their trust in us. At Jeffco Trant Funeral Home and Crematory, we continue to assure you when you call on us, you will be treated like a member of our own family with passionate and caring service. It's our desire to assist you during your difficult times and help you through your many decisions you face. Call on us in your time of need. Jeffco Trant Funeral Home and Crematory.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94-3.
42-21, 21-point lead for Auburn High School. Score update from Birmingham, 21-17, Thompson over Hoover. I'm surprised Hoover didn't go for 2 there to make it a 3-score game. That game's in the second half, of course, late 3rd quarter, so still some football left to go in that one. That score brought to you by Franklin Tire and Auto, friendly service from Franklin on East University Drive across from CC's Pizza. As we have some type of pause here, looks like we're ready to go.
Right.
3rd down and 11, almost 12.
Look for a quarterback draw possibly here.
Look for a reverse.
Well, it'd be kind of hard, but maybe. I'm thinking a quarterback draw.
Hayes has it. There's your reverse.
There's your reverse. You're right.
Over to the right side, and they got something, and it's going to be short. 4th down and, well, I don't know with that line judge. It might be 4th down and 1. It's going to be 4th down and about 2.
Yeah, they've run that about 2 times before, or 1 time before out of this formation. It got them some good yardage, 4th and 2. They'll be back in their bread and butter stuff now.
Yep.
So I stand corrected. I was thinking quarterback draw, and you said reverse, and you're the winner.
It seems like when they're in a tough situation, that's the go-to call.
Well, I hadn't seen a quarterback draw, but he's the best athlete on the field, I think, as far as from their standpoint.
Well, this has been their best play in the second half has been quarterback power, and it's a little inside trap, 1st down yardage for Johnson, and he runs hard, going to get inside the 15, gain of 7 on the play as Enterprise moves inside the Byron Smokehouse red zone.
Well, just that little slot back or wing back, whatever you want to call it, just a wing back reverse is all it is with linemen pulling. Not anything fancy, but when you got all that eye candy, it's hard for the defense to draw a beat on who's got the ball.
It's also a quick hitter.
Yes.
That time the up back moved early, no call. Johnson over right tackle is going to get, holy cow. I know I'm a homer, that's fine. But the side judge is going straight to the end of the pile, even though I see the running back go right smack down to the middle of it.
Yeah, it's hard to see from this angle. But, back when they were back where we could see it, 1 or 2 times I wondered about it. But,
2nd down and about 5 after a gain of 5.
2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Darlington very patient on the run. Looks like he's going to be a little bit short on the play.
Well, the thing about it is Enterprise is being patient when they really shouldn't be.
I know.
We're being patient on defense. We're not saying we're going to try to stop you every time. We're going to get you in the backfield. We're not trying to do that. We're just being patient. If they want to go 3 yards in a cloud of dust, we're going to let them. It's 3rd and 1. I mean, at this point, with
2 minutes left to go.
2 minutes to go in the game.
Just a quarterback run right up the middle, and very patient running. First down inside the 5. Or people, if you're able to, I encourage you to watch on YouTube with the Auburn High School Mass Media. They do a great job giving us some great shots here. First and goal from the 3. Auburn High jumps offside, so it's going to be first and goal from about the 1.5.
The thing I hate about that is it stops the clock.
Wait a minute. No, that's offsides on them, yeah.
On us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Penalty is offside against Auburn High.
1:38 left to go.
All right, half the distance. Ball's going to be at about the 1.5.
I want to know how many times that Coach Darlington in his career has been stopped from first and goal from about the 1.5.
Out of this stuff, not many.
Can't be on many times. And bubbling the snap was Johnson. He's going to lower his head and get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Just running off right tackle off the right side. So get your onside kick team ready.
It's a 6 minute and 20-second drive.
They just can't, and did they throw a pass? They tried to throw a pass.
They tried to throw a pass, and it was a sack.
And we sacked him and had him on down and distance, and they got out of it. They're going for 2. Well, they're in the water bucket. All right, the officials
Auburn calls
stopping.
timeout.
Okay.
1:30 left to go here. Auburn calls timeout. We'll take this break with them. Tigers now lead 42-27. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
This just in. Auburn Bank has completed their 114th year of serving their community.
This next one goes out to Auburn Bank, champions of you.
Touchdown, Auburn Bank. The champions of you are 114-0.
Welcome to Auburn Bank. How can we help?
I hear y'all are undefeated.
Helping you achieve your financial goals is our goal. Visit championsofyou.com to see how we can serve you. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC.
Classic hits and Auburn High School football. Wings 94.3.
Welcome back to Doug Samford Stadium. Scott Bagwell here. Minute and a half left to go. Tigers lead by a score of 42-27. Enterprise will now line up and kick the extra point. They've hit a 2-point conversion. They've missed an extra point.
Yep.
And
now you see why they don't go for extra points. Everybody stepped down to protect inside, so they've got to back up 5 yards.
So this ball met leather, or foot met leather in the second half at 8:21. It's now 9:08. You were talking, you've had a game before where it went about an hour and 15 minutes. Last night, Opelika and Park Crossing played. It was 35-0 Opelika at halftime. Second half, 6-minute running quarters.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. We were playing. I've been coaching before where the same thing happened. We were getting on a bus at 8:44. I remember thinking 8:44. This is unheard of.
Extra point is on the way. It's up, and it is good for Enterprise. 1:30 left to go here for Auburn High School. Recover the onside kick, run this one out, and you get a home playoff game.
Amen. I'm glad of that. That's a good deal.
And if there's an upset, you see that team again in the second round. Because right now, if everything holds, it'll be Auburn against who's winning the Daphne Baker game.
So it's possible to have first 2 rounds here.
If Enterprise beats Fairhope, Enterprise will come to Auburn.
Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting. But I guarantee you Tim Carter will have a good plan for it.
Yes, he will. Daphne over Baker 24-7 with 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
All right, got a minute and a half to go in the game. We got one guy back. They pooched it.
And Auburn had the fair catch, ran back and caught it, and Auburn will take it at about the 30-yard line.
It was hard to see the fair catch because he was running to go get the ball. He just had to throw his hand up. You really couldn't tell if he was throwing his hand up fair catch or to catch it over his shoulder.
I wonder at this point in time if Enterprise, we haven't seen any type of hurry up or anything like that. they might have been kind of vanilla. You want to win, but they might have went in and looked at the tiebreakers and said, we're the 4 no matter what.
I'm going to tell you. I'm a coach.
You always play to win. I understand
I don't
that.
give a rat's rear end about all that stuff. At the end of the game, I want to win this game we're playing right now.
And I'm not saying they didn't play to
I've
win.
been in those situations.
I'm just saying they might have gone vanilla and didn't show.
I've been in those situations and had reporters ask me, and I wanted to knock his teeth out.
Yeah,
ain't
no
way
you play to win the game.
We're gonna play to win this ball game. I don't care about the other stuff. Let that stuff play out as it may.
Inside handoff, Auburn gives it to Flakes, and he's tackled from behind at the 31-yard line, gain of about 1 on the play. No timeout coming from Enterprise. So, well, here we go. I mean, 35-3 Fairhope over Alma Bryant, as Fairhope is on their way to a region championship. Coach, Auburn High has had 2 possessions in the second half.
And scored on both of them.
Scored on both of them.
I tell you what, that's pretty impressive when you've scored on every single possession you've had tonight.
Is Enterprise now calling a timeout?
It may just be because Auburn substituted a bunch of people, and he's trying to. If I'm him, I'm calling a timeout. Listen, we don't need anybody to do anything stupid that's going to get somebody kicked out of the ball game, and you don't get to play next week.
Well, the problem for them, you know what their next game is? First round of the playoffs. They don't play next week.
Well, then that means they would have. So he's probably calling timeout. Says, y'all better settle your tail down and quit all this shenanigan stuff. This game's over. Play with some class. And I don't see anything going. I saw one little bit of scuffle between a couple of linemen, but nothing major.
As it's going to be unsportsmanlike on Enterprise, that means Auburn can kneel it out and go home.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, that's probably why he called timeout. He's thinking about 2 weeks from now, first round of the playoffs. So who would Enterprise be playing in the first round?
Fairhope.
Fairhope.
And it'll be Daphne at Auburn.
Well, I'm I'm tickled to death for this defensive staff, the way they prepared for this team. It's been a very good plan, and offensively, it's been almost flawless.
Flakes carries the ball. He's going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped.
Still seeing some good sportsmanship out there. Guys helping each other up with opposite colored jerseys.
It's been a clean game.
It's been a pretty clean game. There's been a couple of little things, but, you know, they're high school kids. You never know what a 17-year-old's going to do.
They don't.
Heck, I never know what a 67-year-old's going to do.
20 seconds and counting. Auburn High School will not have to run another play, and that'll do it here. Auburn
great
High
game
School.
Tonight. I applaud the coaching staff. What a great job preparing for a very formidable opponent, a very diverse opponent in their offense. What a great game. What a great job tonight by Auburn High coaches.
Tigers will have a home playoff game in 2 weeks as Auburn High School wins tonight, and they will improve their record to 8-1. On the other side of this break, we'll have the postgame show. Tigers win. You're listening to the Auburn High School Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My joints aren't what they used to be. Routine exercise, playing ball outside with the kids, riding bikes on vacation. I never worried about keeping up. But now, my joint pain has started slowing me down.
Auburn.